Hello, and welcome to the second Tales of Altdorf City. This time, who shall it be that is traipsing around the imperial capital, definitely not getting up to mischief? Well, I think in many respects, that is the answer. Because who wouldn't get up to mischief more than good old Gerhardt? I mean, would anyone let him off the chain? Well, we'll find out. So, we're going to get straight into it. Let's start off right where the last episode ended, with sunset in Altdorf, the sky, a beautiful orange ochre sunbeams streaming down from the west, and the dark, oppressive height of the Imperial Palace over towards your side, as all of the armaments are being taken out from the barge, out onto the jetty. Gausser, clearly bored with the whole process, has moved from standing on the barge to standing on the jetty to speaking to the sergeant of the Reichsguard there, getting bored of that rather quickly, going back to the barge again, seeing if there's anyone there to talk to. There wasn't, and eventually just sitting down on the edge of the barge, waiting for this hell to all be over, because he's responsible for seeing and ensuring everything gets off. What is Gerhardt's plan now that he is in the shining imperial capital where the streets are paved with gold if gold is shit?
Yes, right. So hopefully while we're here, get some shit and or gold.
Perfect.
Probably is a good idea. But couple of things. So first up, Gausser,
who is sitting on the edge of the boat looking as bored as he possibly could do.
Right, I'll sidle up. Hello.
He looks up and he goes, Aye.
This is interesting, isn't it? Good stuff happening.
Yeah, he says you could say that.
Yes.
It'll take a while. What is it you want? You clearly
fair enough. It was it's small talk. Look, your man, the one or individual, the person you're sending down, whoever it is, to keep us under cover, sort of thing. The one that you mentioned.
No idea what you're talking about.
Plus, you said that there's somebody who could help us sort of be undetected while we're here. About 2.5 weeks.
What?
This is a thing, isn't it? I understand. Good day.
Aye, right.
And I'll walk across just hoping that that's actually what happened there. All right.
Takes a sup of a beer. Fucking hell.
Okay, good stuff. Excellent. Let's drink in the...
I shall rock backwards and forwards my feet and look out across the water.
Smell the sewage.
Yeah, there's a few things you can say about Altdorf at this particular time of year. One is that it, at least from here, far away from the streets, is relatively beautiful if you like smog, rising smoke, and the stink of the effluvium that is passing by in the otherwise very unclean river. But beyond that, it's got a certain beauty.
All right.
Particularly with the lovely light streaming down from the sunset over there, which admittedly is somewhat obscured by all of the rising smoke.
Fair enough.
The Reichsport is along this channel and out, and you can see the rise in the distance of all the warships. The tops of them, flags and pennants fluttering.
Can I do... Based on the amount of flags, knowing that they're warships, can I quickly do a supernumerate to see roughly how many there would be? How many people it would be transporting? And, just to convince you over here, right? Law warfare.
Mm-hmm.
So with law warfare, I would roughly know the amount of people.
I require one thing.
Yes. A roll?
The eyesight to see the flags themselves.
Oh, shit. Right.
You know that it's likely the barge will be making its way in that direction soon.
Okay, fine. All right.
Okay, so a supernumerate to come.
Okay, good. No, lovely. Fine. So if that's the case, I'll make a mental note of that. Right. A couple of things to do. Okay. Which one first? Both equally terrifying. All right, let's get this done. And I will go to see Dr. Flaster.
Dr. Flaster is in her cabin at the rear of the ships, at the very, very rear. And I imagine there's a...
Yes, yeah.
There's a slight delay. Then yes, come.
Open the door.
Ah, are you ready to prepare?
Yes, that is what I'm here for. Exam obviously a couple of weeks away, and I just want to make sure I'm sharp enough for everything that's happening. So it's the final push.
Who are you trying to convince, myself or yourself?
Mainly me, if I'm honest.
Good. He says, because you are dreadfully behind.
Yes. I guess I'm here for advice ultimately on which tome is best to read, best way to prep, and
there's an issue.
Right.
I'm not entirely sure what the examination will be set on this year.
Oh, okay.
To make matters slightly more, let us say, clandestine, we're going to have to lie a lot.
Yes.
Do you realize how long you need to be registered?
No.
7 years.
Right.
How old are you now?
21. 20. Wait.
Excuse me while I reference
second.
my memory. It'll be sitting on the very front of your card sheet. Probably.
21, I am right.
Yeah, there we go.
Good. Yeah.
When's your birthday? Just
21.
make sure.
Hexen Stag. No. Birthday. Monstill.
Monstill. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah. Bit of a time.
High winter.
Exactly.
High winter. One of the most important days of the year. Prophesized birth, one might even argue.
Is it?
Well, Monstill's a pretty important day. The day the earth stands still. Monstill, world still. The very depth of winter when it couldn't be darker.
Yes. So that's when my birthday is.
So 21. Oh, that's going to make things a little bit more inconvenient.
Would have had to arrive when I was 14, which a little early, admittedly.
Yes, well, it's earlier than you've been registered with the college, which means I'm going to have to convince some people of some things.
Oh, right. Would cash help with that?
Yes, but you don't have any.
I don't have much, no. But there are funds available in the boat. Leopold might,
I don't think you'll have enough.
contribute.
Your understanding of the nature of bribery, I fear, is a little unsure. What's your bribery skill?
My bribery skill? My bribery skill is 41.
Oh, you're a past master. Would you like to just do a quick test to see what you think the correct level of bribe would be?
Let's check it out. Oh, it's passed 3 successes.
3 successes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means that you can make 3 attempts to guess at what the bribe might be. Give it a go.
Right. Okay.
And I'll tell you if it's higher or lower.
Do I know how many people she's got to convince?
You have no idea.
Okay.
Well, let's just say
great.
to bribe someone that you've been in the university,
Yeah.
or the college, as she referred to
Extended
it,
period of time.
for a longer period of time.
It wouldn't just be one. You've got to get like 7 people, I reckon, to get to that point where that sits in. So, £9. 3. £9, 3.
Up.
Okay. Oh, shit. All right. Let's throw the net. 22 crowns, 2.
Up.
Oh, fuck. 56 crowns.
56 crowns. It's quite a lot of cash. Up.
Oh,
and that's your 3 attempts. So you reckon, upon guessing, that it's probably more than 56?
Okay.
As she's sitting looking at you, you've got that look in your face like you're trying to...
I'm just trying to work something out. I don't think I am right at all, but, I don't really know. The problem is I don't know academia when it comes to the backside of things, the inner workings, obviously. Well, you might do a bit more as a lecturer, I mean.
I told you before, I'm not just simply a lecturer.
Just with experience in that area.
Look, I'm within my right to take on an apprentice because I'm a member of the guild.
Yes.
In Altdorf, which means I'm well within my... I'm going to have to go to the guild first, convince them that I took you on as an apprentice some time ago and accidentally forgot to mark it in my books.
Right.
And also, for the year that I was last in Altdorf and nobody saw you, I'm going to have to come up with a very good reason as to why they didn't see you.
Contagion.
No.
No?
No.
No?
That's not going to do. It is not my particular area of interest. That is more yours. That's how you came to me in the first place.
Yes.
Quite. So, she says, I'm going to speak to the guild, and I will sort something out with them, which will provide the necessary papers that I can then pass to the university. We might be a little late. I'm hoping we're not. We'll find out when we speak to the guild.
Right.
Because they have a deal in place already with the university to accept any of the apprentices of the doctors and then perhaps issue a doctorate to those who pass their examinations. A minimum of 7 years, however, as an apprentice is required. And we are also going to have to present proof that you have been through all of the necessary training, which means that there's going to be a lot of discussion among certain members of the guild, and they're going to want to see you display your capability, show your knowledge of anatomy, show your understanding of disease.
Right.
They are going to be quite exacting.
A pre-qualifying questionnaire sort of thing.
Yes.
Okay. That I can do. It's same sort
They're
of thing.
likely to want you to give a speech about a particular cadaver as well.
Okay.
Which means you're going to be given half an hour to examine it.
Christ. Yes. Okay.
And then it will be up to you to explain to them how this cadaver came into its particular circumstances with meticulous attention to detail.
All right. Good.
Now, I shall take you through that, assuming that we get to that. I know Albertus is almost certain to do this. I've known Dr. Albertus for some time, and I'm quite sure he will allow me to bend some rules. But if I bend rules, he will be much more concerned with yourself, ensuring that what you present is definitely
All right.
worthy of his guild's representation, because the guild does not offer anybody to the university that is not ready, because you will be representing the guild in this particular case. Now, if this is successful, the big if, and you pass that, and then you pass their examination, I'm going to have to go and speak to the dean there as well. That's going to be unfortunate. But assuming that that all goes according to plan, then you will be tested. That test will then be reviewed. And approximately 2 weeks to a month later, you will receive your doctorate, assuming you pass.
Okay.
Which, given that we have a certain pressing need not to be in the capital, we're going to almost certainly have to...
Expedite things.
No, we can't.
No.
There is no expediting this.
We're just leaving.
We're just going to have to leave and have them post it somewhere. If we're heading to Middenheim, post it to Middenheim, assuming that that can be done.
Okay.
Post your results, post how well you did. Given where you currently are, you're going to be lucky to pass.
All right. Well, I mean...
She says, you are very bright. Your problem isn't how intelligent you are. Your problem is your lack of depth of knowledge. You've got lots of cursory pieces of knowledge. And if they happen to ask questions about the areas that you have definitely investigated, you'll be fine. But if they ask something that you've yet to encounter, you will get nothing.
Okay.
It's going to be a bit all or nothing in this particular instance.
Fine. That's kind of how I roll.
Yes, well, we've already determined that. But first, you're going to have to get past the guild. We won't be able to resolve that until tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will head off to speak to the guild, and then I'll come back and tell you exactly how well that has transpired. I expect you to, she says, read. I don't expect you to just flick through it like you're wont to do. I expect you to read and understand. Do you understand?
No, can do.
They're your books. I've selected them for you already. If you've got those in your mind, end to end, yes, you'll do well.
Okay, all right, perfect.
This is not how we're supposed to do these things. And we're anywhere together. You just simply say yes to anything I say.
Yes.
Apprentice.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. I'm going to be lying a lot. You just accept those lies.
Can do.
Will do.
Will do.
Thank you.
What are we doing about... Are we doing it under my name?
We'll be doing it under the name Gerhardt.
Right.
And
just first name.
one of your second names, probably Sigismund. Although it's not second names, it's just your names. He has himself, obviously, like Gerhardt, Sigismund, blah, blah. He's got four names, as I recall. And Gerhardt's the name that he uses, because that's his name.
Yes. Okay.
Gerhardt Sigismund might be a good choice.
Enough that it deviates me
It's
but
absolutely
without
correct.
going. Yes. Perfect. Okay, good. No pressure then.
The university are going to require a bribe, and it's not going to be cheap. If I'm lucky, the college will put enough pressure on that the bribe will be low, but I'm quite certain that we're a little late for registering this. It should have been registered over 2 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Which means that they're going to have to squeeze you onto the books.
Is there anything that could be done just to make that easier? I mean, except the bribe?
Right now, I don't know how to talk to them.
All right.
Albertus is an ally of mine, but this is not how things are done.
Does Albertus like anything in particular?
Boys.
Oh.
Quite.
I'll undo a button.
No, you're too old.
Oh.
Oh.
Right.
Yes.
Mm.
No.
I'll won't undo a button then.
No.
No.
It's the most unfortunate situation. He has been almost run out of the university on more than one occasion, but he always has the requisite support, which is most unmanning. It's worth saying, though, he did come from the League of Karl Franz.
Oh, no. Would I, knowing that, would it be likely, knowing the way that those sort of clubs and stuff work, would it be likely that I would have had to have learnt past members of note or something like that?
Of note, yes, but someone who's in the university, relatively not of note, actually. No. Those who are of note are the Grand Dukes and the Karl Franz himself, who passed through university for a while.
And our green cloaks, they have our house emblems on, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Shit, I thought I could send them that. I tell you what, actually,
the barge shifts slightly and starts moving off.
Oh, okay. Moving.
Looks like we're going over to organise our stock.
Fine. I might have something that will help maybe convince Albertus.
Yes, what is it?
So I've got my green cloak still. It's just been packed in my luggage for a long time. I haven't really used it because it, immediately says who I am. But I was thinking, not the cloak itself, but just a small portion of it. Or offcut.
No, it'd make you look like a thief. He would only be interested if you were showing your patent nobility.
That's probably true. Well, I can't really do that.
No, you can't. The point here is that you're going to be doing this incognito because your parents do not wish you to do this. Which is why we're using this particular name, and it's not until we leave and you've received your doctorate that we'll make it very clear whom they have graduated in their university. They are going to request a ceremony, though, where they actually graduate you.
Okay.
So that's difficult. But
well, we can think about that later on.
You don't actually need to attend.
Oh, good.
There are ways around it. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get around it.
Like an envoy or something, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody to sit in your place.
Okay, good.
I would suggest that unless you've got anything of use to say, you get into your books.
Yes.
Good.
Will do. Have a good afternoon.
Yes. She says, it's the evening already.
Is it?
Yes.
Time flies. Oh, yes, of course.
It's high summer.
True, very true. Right.
We don't all keep your hours, Gerhardt.
Just time gets away with me sometimes.
I know, we don't all keep your hours.
Yeah. All right. Goodbye. Closed door.
Books. Struggling up the stairs with the books. This will be fun.
Right. I'll get all those. Why am I doing this myself? Lucas!
No obvious answer coming through.
Lucas! God's sakes, he's never around when you need him these days. What's going on? All right, I'll do it myself, I suppose.
You have to break them up into 2 bits, up and top.
Yeah.
The other one's up, and then climb up, and then pick them up onto the barge.
Dumpling?
Here, coming from the kitchen. Yeah, what is it?
Could you help me with these books, please, if possible?
Door opens, and she sees you. Yeah, of course I can help you with the cookbooks. She comes over and goes, oh, what are these all about? These cookbooks? These aren't cookbooks.
No.
Oh, as she looks at it, I think it might be a cookbook. Book in Human Anatomy.
Nope. Oh, yes.
She says, as she opens up, oh, that's not how you cut folk up.
No, bearing in mind, I wouldn't really talk to... I know where that's coming from.
Sorry, Well, you know, in past employers, they might making sure, I'll help with this. And she somehow manages to get all of them.
Amazing.
And then balances them on her breasts, like so, as she waddles out. Like this. Don't you worry, I've got them. I'll put them on my head, but they're a bit wobbly.
No, that's fine. If you could just plop them in my room for me, that'd be great.
She says, I might need an hand getting down those steps.
Okay, yep, all right, I'll balance it on the other side. Ready?
He says, all right, here we go.
Off we go.
And that gets all of your books into your cabin.
That's where they need to go. Good, right. Job done.
Out over the Reich, you can see that you're making your way to the north side of the Kaiser. You're not sure what it is. Is it the Kaiser Flow, the Kaiser River, the Kaiser Reich, the Kaiser... You know it's Kaiser something because you've heard somebody mention it in the background. The stretch of water, one of the many flows that cuts through Altdorf. And there are a long spread, almost a half a mile to a mile's worth of jetties and docks, all of which are barges of all types. Setting out. Yours is one of the larger barges, as it turns out, quite. Most of them are laden with stock. It makes your incredibly small amount of jewels that you know are hiding down there somewhere look, well, exactly what it is. Tiny. There's obviously going to be somewhat of a queue to get into one of these as Blotilda makes hand gestures to people over on the jetties, then moves down and eventually joins a queue.
Okay. Right.
It's going to be here long past sundown by the looks of it.
Well, I suppose no time like the present. Just before you go, Dumpling, could you just whip me up some of that calf, please?
He says, I'll get out front for you.
Thank you. That's good. And have you seen Lucas?
He says, I think he's napping in his room.
Right. Okay, thank you.
Popped off.
Napping in his room. It's not night. Fine. I'll need to have a word. Right. Book one.
Cabin is beside yours for what little it's worth.
No, I'll do that tomorrow. I've got things to crack on with now, so let's begin.
Is it beginning time?
Reading.
You hear the sounds of the occasional bump, crack of the barge as it skips past one barge into another, moves into a traffic nightmare, really, that Blotilda has to navigate. You hear the change of the guard upstairs as Skip takes control. Nighttime has fully dropped now. And Skip and Blotilda chat away as they wait. It's a background murmur.
Okay.
Until eventually, clump, they're in. And as you study away, the barge slips out from there and is going somewhere else.
Okay. Research?
No real need. You're just learning.
I'm just learning.
Oh, okay. This is just you consolidating experience points you spend.
Okay, cool.
We'll be doing tests later.
Yeah, all right.
Potentially many of them.
I just wanted to get some good tests done now so that I can use them to bullshit my way when I fuck up the test later. Andy.
Really?
That's what I wanted to do.
What have you fumbled it?
I can't. Too big to fail.
You say that. 9900 is always a lovely 1 in 50 chance.
I know they are.
It's going to be probably up to bedtime, candlelit study until eventually you fall asleep.
Yes, I might do that until sort of like, when you've got maybe half an hour left in the tank. Close the book. Right, one thing to do. Quill and parchment. First up, one letter, and I will write it in Eltharine, because I can write Eltharine.
Can you? Have you taken the read-write skill?
Yes, I have.
So I can do that. The skill. Eltharine, so that's language Eltharine.
Oh, bollocks, that's
the talent's not enough, remember? You're going to take language Eltharine.
Oh, that was silly, because I've got a language.
We are about to be rejigging character sheets, so maybe after this stream you can go, how can I get this to work right?
Right.
I need to read Galen's work in its original form, god damn it.
Yeah, okay, fine. That's annoying, but fair enough. Shit. So I won't write it in Eltharine, I'll write it in common, because...
Good old Reichspiel.
Let's do it in Reichspiel and smash it out.
Or classical if you wish.
I don't know if Alaminoith reads classical.
Good question.
I'm just going to write it in Reichspiel because I can't risk it. And it'll be... I'll ask her in person, but just in case. Because they're all up to funny business down that end of the boat and just don't want to interrupt. So I'll do a little preamble note. Just Alaminoith, you were busy. If you could please code this for my father, I would appreciate it immensely. Yours, Gerhardt.
Scrape.
There you go. No, I don't like that. Scrape the yours out. Just in case. And I'll write just Gerhardt.
Just Gerhardt.
And then I'll basically write a letter to dear old dad.
Dear old dad?
I'm missing something from this letter. I will begin. So first 2 paragraphs. First paragraph is basically a retelling of where we've gone and what we've done so far.
Yep.
The first part of that is what happened in Kemperbad Part 1.
Yep.
Which is the first attempt at being the trap within the trap, but only with Lucas and Leopold, and how that didn't necessarily work massively because we weren't a big enough target.
Yep.
Second paragraph, basically going into learnt from first one. This is what happened, and then I'll tell them proper Kemperbad stuff. And then within that, going still playing buffoonish piece. However, have got basically deep cover under this pseudonym Castelliberung. All that sort of stuff. Struck a big blow in Kemperbad. I think not necessarily like eliminated, but just enough that
heading up to Middenheim, presumably to strike the real blow.
Yes, and with that, I'll also say be aware that it's likely you're being funded by these people. The war effort, or at least the Thames, are being funded by these people. The Trots, sorry. Duke of Tame. Are being funded by these people, and they may pull that funding at a key moment when you need support. Because that's an easy way to, open yourself
mess
up.
With shit.
Yeah. So just be aware of that. You probably already know.
Are you going to name who you're chasing up there?
I can't remember.
Dagmar von Wittgenstein.
Dagmar, that's it. Thank you. Dagmar
von Wittgenstein.
Yes, I will, because the next paragraph is sort of a combo piece. First up, that. So saying that we're chasing that person, Dagmar. The second part of this is saying, basically, because it was either I make a choice or it's chosen for me, I have proposed a marriage between House Jungfreud and the Wittgensteins. I don't know if it's been accepted yet.
No, you don't. You'll have to find out and ask the requisite people.
Yeah. So I'll start that half of that.
And then go, as you tail out.
Don't know that bit yet. Quill down, bit of sand over, and I'll finish that tomorrow, basically. But going to bed and just thinking how horrifically awkward that conversation is going to be. And then just before sleep, I feel a bit itchy. Just a little bit itchy. A bit sweaty in the palms.
Itchy, huh?
Oh, yes, that's there still.
It's on the boat somewhere.
Right, I'll try and sleep through it.
That's easy. Cool test. Reverse successes. Okay. I mean, reverse fails. It's super easy. It's quite literally easy.
Is that a 90? No, that's 65. Reverse successes.
No, reverse fails. So it's only if you fail it matters.
Still a fail. Still a fail.
Oh, Gerhardt.
I'm just hang on, wait, because we had this conversation. I just want to check.
Yes, you did, because you
no, still fail.
Oh, well done. As Gerhardt sits there lying in bed, he just thinks of that book, the pages drifting by the pages. And it's like one of those moments when you're dreaming and you feel like you're falling and it jerks yourself awake.
Yes.
You know the one.
I do know the one.
Except it's not like that at all. It's a similar sensation. As he's sitting there going through it all and he jerks awake and he finds out that he's not in his bed. He's got up. And that sensation of falling is the realization as he moves from unconscious movement to conscious movement. As he jerks up and finds himself halfway up the ladder, he'll be fine, surely, athletics test. He wouldn't do anything stupid like fall.
It's just enough that it's gonna be bad. Yeah, one fail.
It's only one fail. Basically, he stumbles and lands hard on his buttock.
Bang your shin, sort of.
Yeah, bash, ow, sore bum, sore shin, a crumpling of himself, and it's the middle of the night. That much is certain. Dong, 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 dong. In the distance, it's half past some bell or another. That's no good because it didn't tell you what bell, god damn it.
Right. Just listen.
It's definitely half past.
Listen to the general vibe of the boat. If there's any, like...
It's just the creek and everyone's presumably asleep.
Okay.
Except for the night crew who sit in the top and the barge dogs who waggle around up there.
Fine. Well, I've not done this before. All right.
Book must be somewhere.
Well, as I'm up.
Where would they have hidden it? There was that possibility it was hidden amongst the rest of the library. Plus, it's in a barrel, so anywhere barrels might be.
Yeah, I'm gonna just close my eyes, center myself a little bit, and just see if I can feel it out. Because I've made a mental connection with this thing before.
Yeah.
Like I followed the track back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this isn't a bad idea. Try your intuition test.
That I'm actually pretty good at. Success. Well, just one.
One's better than none. As he sits there and feels, you know what? He thinks they may have put it back into the kitchen in one of the barrels, casks, or hidden it amongst all the rest of them. It's an obvious place to put it. Or is that just an itch at the back of his head?
I don't know, but it's really itchy.
Dumpling sleeps just off that, but she'll be fast asleep.
Okay.
And there is the slightly ignoble matter of having to crawl around when you're in there. But it is, in the greater scheme of things, a small matter.
That's fine. I'm going to go and get it, Andy.
You come to the top of the stairs, and a big, fluffy barge dog puppy is sitting there, looking at you. Just looks at you.
Hello, boy. Hello.
Charm animal test.
Hello. Now, shh. Don't move. Please don't move. I'm going to stop using my old sheet. Don't.
They are notoriously yappy little dogs.
Animal care or charm?
Charm animal.
I'm going to ask the same question.
Animal. It's not animal training, animal care. So it's
animal care.
Yeah, animal care. Sorry.
Oh
no. Yeah, I forget which skill we've got currently on the sheet.
I think it's animal care. Top right hand corner.
Thank you. That's the one.
Yeah, beautiful. 5 successes.
Superb.
All right, good luck. Yes, no, that's good. Very good. Okay, I'm just going to step over.
Far older barge dog, the grumpier one that you think looks a little bit like Birdie thinks she looks. In that it looks like it, for all it's the fluffiest, cutest of dogs, it looks like it's been in a fighter 80.
All right.
As it pop, looks up, but then just continues off.
All right.
The two barge dogs doing their job.
Well done.
But you're a part of the crew, so it's fine.
Yeah, you know.
You do, however, have yourself a lovely little puppy to follow by your heel now.
Oh, that's annoying. All right.
Annoying, but the case.
Okay, just shh. Don't. All right. Just going to the kitchen.
You're heading off towards the kitchen then. Not very far from where you are. You can just pull back and into the galley.
Yes, into the galley. Lovely stuff.
Sounds good to me. And we have ourselves an entire kitchen worth of stuff. What's the plan?
It's also low ceiling, right? Right, so now that I'm here, I'm going to just quickly try and see if I can establish that mental connection again, just to figure out where it would be, if possible. Do you want another intuition? Perception?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not using my eyes, I'm doing the sort of scary thing. Yeah? Alright, Well, okay, this is that's a fail, unless this seems like quite a chill situation, right?
No.
Balls. All right, let's spend one of them. Fortune point.
Fortune point down.
3 successes.
Superb. He has no idea where it is. Looking around. Tap, tap, tap. No, that's full of liquid. Tap, 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 tap. That's full of liquid. Tap, tap, tap. That one's not. Spoon.
Nice.
Oh, no, it's got some form of thing. He doesn't know what it is, but it definitely has a pungent odor. Clip. Pop, pop, tip. And in the bottom of this one is the book.
Right. Okay. All right. I just want to look at it for a little while. I'm just talking to the dog here. I just need to. It's just going to take.
The next morning.
Oh, okay. Fuck. All right.
He wakes up. The book has been stashed somewhere careful, safe, that no one would ever find it. Another book has been placed on the inside of that particular cask, lest anyone look inside to try and find something. He is wise. He understands how to keep these things on the side and definitely not discovered.
God, they're going to be so disappointed with me.
He feels really tired. He might have been reading for most of the night. But he also feels sort of enthused. He has no real desire, though, to read anything about medicine or anything else. There's things to discover in this book.
Oh, it's already doing it. Now, knowing what this thing does, right? Mm-hmm. Do I still have that knowledge whilst there's a little bit of the hold going over it? Because that's what this is, really. It's the test of will, right? Which is not great, because my willpower is shit.
It's your high point. As we've noted as you've missed most of the night.
Yeah, so... But he knows. Like, I know that this isn't ideal.
Yeah.
Right.
But it might include all the secrets you need for... Probably does, in fact. For your exam. Oh, no.
Okay. Do I know that, though?
Well, the only way to know is to read it.
No, I don't want to do that part of it. I think...
Bang, 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 crash. Morning! Got yourself some breakfast?
Oh, right. Hello, nothing.
Right. We need to restock the kitchens. Says,
right.
We're almost at.
Okay. Is that something I have to do?
Right, someone's punched in the face, if you don't mind me saying.
What?
Have you been in a fight?
What do you mean?
You got, I mean, it just doesn't look like you've had much sleep is all I'm saying. I mean, you've got bags under your bags under your bags under your bags under your eyes. I mean, my Aunt Treffy's got a smaller belly than your eyes have got bags, is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
And my Aunt Treffy, you could do a run round Aunt Treffy and feel like you've done a run round Altdorf, if you know what I'm saying. My Aunt Treffy,
okay, all right.
She once knocked out a nephew with a boob.
Dumpling.
Now, I thought you'd want to know that one, sir.
That's good, thank you.
With a boob chip. What happened was someone tapped her on the shoulder and she turned around and said, "What?"
I can understand.
And wallop!
There we go.
He was trying to lift something from down here, and let's be honest, it was quite a reach around, but not that sort of reach around. It's quite a reach around.
Tit in the face.
Baff!
Yes.
He was on the ground.
Right. Dumpling. Dumpling. Thank you.
Here.
Yeah, thank you for this.
Here.
Good.
I'm going to go get some calf. We've still got some calf left.
Great. Perfect.
But we're going to need
Talk to Greta.
Greta. Right.
She'll be able to sort you out with good food, all right? She'll know the things and she knows how to talk to people.
Yeah, all right.
Okay?
You know, it's just... She can give you one of those looks, you know?
Oh, yes. No, I do know. Don't worry. It's actually... I found out recently it's all bollocks. She's just pretending in the same way that everybody else is.
Yeah, well, it doesn't stop her...
It doesn't stop hurting. No, I know.
All right. Just imagine I've tugged me forelock, she says.
All right.
She pops.
See you in a bit. Right.
She says, I'm sorry, the tea, it's not going to be as sweet as normal because we're out, so it's going to be a bit bitter.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's all right.
And she pops out.
Thank you. Right. Tea. I'm going to grab the mug. And
here it is. Morning, Master Lucas. Here you go. Here's your breakfast.
Okay. He's been away. That's good.
And you hear, oh, bloody hells. Oh, God. Oh, what? Oh, God. Seriously. I mean, it's barely morning. He says, the sun's up. That makes it morning. Although it's only 4th bell. Bloody hells! Fourth bell!
As in 4 a.m.
Yeah. What are you doing? Getting me up at 4 a.m.?
Why am I awake at 4 a.m.?
Yes, what he just said through there. 4 a.m. is ridiculous. Hey, the sun is going up. That means it's time to be having our breakfast. It's almost high summer.
Okay.
You got to get up early. There's a whole day ahead of you, master. And he's there's a whole there's most of my sleep. I went to bed late, early, whatever. The sun's. I hate this time of year.
It's just too early.
Too early.
All right.
Well, I'll put it in the oven and keep it on for later.
Shh. Who have you woken up already? Is it just us?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Leopold is probably awake because you started talking. So, fair enough. Go and offer him some breakfast quietly.
Yeah. Is this quietly? I'll do it quietly.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll do it quietly.
No. I mean,
Master, spare for Leopold! She screams.
All right. Well, we're awake now. Lucas, you okay?
Yeah.
No. Look, I actually have something important to talk to you about.
Really? At 4 a.m.?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Right.
It's fine. Look, you've had some snooze. All right, Lucas.
Wait a minute. Let me just pull something on. Robe.
Okay. How's he looking, by the way?
Tired.
Just tired?
Yeah, tired.
Okay, fine. Lucas, couple of things. Right. Now, first thing I need to run through very quickly.
Yes.
I know it seems like it may not be important, but it is important to this overall thing. So, bear with. Listen. I can't help but notice that recently you've been somewhat less than attentive in terms of your...
Yes, well, I've decided to stick to my contract, sir, since you've been such an arse. It's just simply that simple.
You're sticking to your contract?
Yes, quite. And if you wish to tear it up, then so be it. He says, I've been speaking to others, and they've made it quite clear that you've been very badly mistreating me, sir. You've been treating me like a servant. I'm noble. I am noble.
Okay.
And you're treating me like a servant again and again. And
Lucas, it's 4:30 in the morning.
Yes, well, you did summon me in at 4:30 in the morning without any particular reasons. It turns out you've done it to try and tell me off again.
No, not tell you off. I just wanted to establish. I was actually going to ask if this was something that you still wanted to do. Really?
Well, I made it quite clear that I wanted to do it. And I made it quite clear when we were in Kemperbad that I wanted to do it. Yet still, you've just got this need to have a servant, which is not what I am.
No, I don't. Well, I didn't see you as a servant in the first place.
Yes, you did. You've always used me as a servant.
To begin with, yes.
Should I call you master? No. I should call you my lord. You asked me to call that all the way back in Delbren.
Yes, okay, so fine. Then, very different. Because, and I will give you that, probably did treat you a little bit like a servant. All right?
I can't say that it's particularly stopped ever since then.
It's gotten better, to be fair. I feel responsible for you.
The other night, when you burst in and gave me that was just a step too far, my lord.
When was that?
4 nights ago.
About what?
Well, you dressed me down.
Try to dress you down? In what way?
Well, you came in and you were lording it over me.
Me?
Yes.
What did I say?
The long and the short of it, my lord, was that you were particularly unimpressed with my services. Well, I had to admit that in turn, upon reflection, I was particularly unimpressed with the way you've been treating me. So what else can one do? I tried my hardest. I tried to accept that matters were difficult. But here we are.
Hang on. Do I remember this? Did I do this?
Nope.
Oh, shit. Lucas, I don't think I ever did that.
No, you certainly did.
Was I angry?
Not to begin with, but I was unimpressed with some things you had to say, and you did not like the fact that I didn't like what you had to say, and then you were quite, I wouldn't exactly say angry, so I'd say you were more stern.
Right.
That would be better.
Just out of curiosity, do you take my character as one that is stern overall? Sometimes.
You have been multiple times, in fact. You can decide that your way is correct and other ways are incorrect?
That's
Put your
stubborn.
feet
That's
down.
not stern.
Well, you can be quite stern when you're being stubborn.
What I'm saying is I have no memory of doing this.
Yes, well.
I'm telling you what. No, I don't mean that as in because it doesn't register on my conscience or anything. I just don't remember doing it. And also,
Well, then the problem then lies in a completely different area, doesn't it?
No. I'm not saying it in a sense of. I'm saying it is in I have no knowledge.
Yes, I know.
Or
And I'm saying
memory.
that I think we both knew exactly why you said what you said.
Now or then?
Then.
What did I say then?
It doesn't really matter what you said. If you
No,
have
it
no
does.
recollection of what you said, then we both know why that particular event occurred.
Are you talking about the book?
I certainly am.
Right.
A book that I think everybody had advised you not to read.
Yes. So.
And if you're trying to use the book as an excuse, or alternatively, if the book is the circumstance, then I can't say I'm frightfully surprised, and I can't say that there's much that I can do about that. If that is how intractable you are about these matters.
I've never lost memory before.
Not that
Or
you're aware of.
experienced this, have I?
No. Not that you're aware of, at least.
Okay.
Although, in fact, you've got proof of that not being the case. Just last night, you remember you fell down. You don't remember getting
I
there.
assume that I was sleepwalking, but maybe not.
Well, what's the difference between sleepwalking and
And
potentially
just
one step
being
further?
something else, yeah. Oy. Okay, right, Lucas.
That was you pursuing it. But even that, it's an uncomfortable thought. Sorry, I'm somewhat tense. I had very poor sleep.
No, that's okay. It's quite all right. Anything particular?
No, just it was fitful.
Right. Well, look, I am sorry. That's not really what I. Is that why you've been a bit grumpy with me recently?
One of the reasons, yes.
Have you spoken to Anna Minowithe as well?
I haven't spoken to her, no. I don't trust what she says. She will say whatever is required to achieve whatever ends she perceives, and who knows what ends those are.
Right, yeah, see, this is good, because that's somewhat I think, and I don't necessarily... I like her as a person and everything.
Yes, she's marvellous, but she's not someone I would confide in.
Okay, this is very good, because I thought it was just myself that thought like that, and I felt very alone, but this is good. See, this is what I'm talking about. Right, okay, look, on that, then, if that's the case, I need you to know something. I think I know why I've done it, but I'm not entirely sure. Hiding the book.
Yes.
I know everybody had a hand in.
No, everyone didn't have a hand in it. Only one person had a hand in it.
Oh, who? Was that you?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh, well, I know why then.
Yeah, it wasn't her.
Yeah.
She was the obvious choice. So, no.
Rick? You may.
No, she chose who it was. So
I mean why I chose it.
Yes. So that there would be an extra step between potentially you doing something to try and receive it.
All right. Well, look, that didn't do anything. Didn't work.
You found it already. Well,
yes.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
So it's in my cabin at the moment.
Oh dear, my lord.
It accidentally kept me up all night again. But, and the thing is,
what are you going to do with it?
Well, no, I don't want. So.
Look, you've got.
I know it's calling. It.
You have to either resolve it or get rid of it.
So this is the plan. I'm trying to figure out the steps. Right now on the boat, I don't know how to get rid of it properly, and it's going to be around. We don't know that if getting rid of it will basically take away everything that I am.
I highly doubt it, my lord. These things tend to work in a.
Well, we can't risk it because at the moment there's. The theory that I've seen is that it could take every part of my intelligence away, and realistically, then if that's the case, I don't have.
Where did you get that from, my lord?
In books that I read, in the library. Remember when we were researching?
I remember, yes.
Yes. So that, or it could be completely benign, and it's just taking life force from me, or it could literally be something that is already connected in with me, and well, basically, here's the thing: I need to be weaned off it. Do you see what I mean? Right? I don't want. I need it to be separate from me.
So, what exactly are your solids, my lord?
My what?
Your solids that you will be imbibing instead of the teat of the book.
Oh, I see. Right. So, and this is why I've come to you. I need you to basically be the person to stop me reading those things. All right?
Exactly how do you expect me to do that when you yourself do not wish me to do so?
Well, this is the thing, is when, while it's happening, I don't have much control. Last night I woke up halfway across the bench, not the bench, the what's this thing that we're on? Barge. And you, last week, and me shouting at you and being pretty, sounds nasty, which isn't really me. Sounds more like my father.
You're not so dissimilar to your father, you know.
What?
You're not so dissimilar to your father.
Well, there will be familial things, but, you know, that's...
When you sit and repose, you look rather like him.
But... Yes.
You should take that as a compliment, my lord.
All right.
He is a formidable figure.
And
your largest issue is you don't wish to be.
I just don't want to be the same figure.
Why? You can be yourself, my lord. Look. This is something you appear to have a significant issue with, but being similar to someone else does not make you like them. You can achieve entirely different ends, but still take advantage of the clear advantages that you have. If you run in the opposite direction, you'll be running into territory that you're far weaker in. Why would you do that? It makes no sense. It is, if I am to do my job correctly, somewhat childish. Yes, and okay, how clumsy it is early in the morning.
True. Yes, that really. Yes. Both the physical pain of that plus what you said just... Look, okay.
There's little I think I will be able to do. If you take it upon yourself to do a particular thing, you're going to do it whether I wish you to or not.
I need you to... I want you to be aware of it, but also not...
The fact you've already found it is deeply distressing.
Well, exactly. So it's going to find me, or I'm going to find it. Either. I don't think I could make a deal. Well, look, here's the thing. I'll tell you my thought process on this, right? Two sides of the coin. Number one.
Yes.
Currently, I am second in line to a noble seat. A very powerful noble seat, but still second in line to... third in line. As far as all things are concerned, even though we know that's not necessarily legitimate, but still.
Yes.
So third in line. As the second son, you know, they've chosen to give me an education, and I've learned things, which is good, and I'm happy with that, and I know that that's sort of where I've been lent and positive towards. Have I said number two?
No.
Right, number two. We are heading towards an environment which is, well, by the sounds of it, somewhat akin to the end of the world. So, at that point, in front of those powers, a man is just a man, regardless of title or ownership or anything like that.
Then have you considered that it might be wiser for you that perhaps your brother had the right of this?
Which one?
Your older brother. He's preparing for war.
Yes. So, and this is number three, right? I don't have those skills.
That's not true. Everyone can have those skills.
All right, I don't have as it stands, I don't have access to the ability to train for those skills. Not in time for a war if it was coming.
Well, the war may be a year off. You can learn much in a year.
That's not enough.
Of course it is.
Lucas.
One does not need to be on the front line of a war.
No, and I know that I've learnt the thoughts and tactical elements involved in warfare and all that sort of thing, but it's not the same as... and I've learnt enough to know that it's not the same as reading it in a book and experiencing it and playing it out on a field.
So you think you're better placed as a physician on the back line?
Well, no, that's just to help these people here.
Is it?
Well, no, it's not.
Or is it an avoidance of duty? Another one.
Right, no, it's not that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Because that's what it appears to be.
No, it's making sure that I help. I have reason.
Yes, well,
above just telling people what to do, which we've already established isn't ideal in this situation.
No, you've established you don't like telling people what to do. That's quite different.
All right. So if I start telling people what to do in this environment, right, as my advisor, how do you think that's going to go?
If you do it well. The biggest problem with this particular group is a complete lack of leadership, and everyone stumbling around each other looking for a leader. You won't step forward. Leopold can't step forward. Elric despises any concept of anyone telling him what to do, or indeed him stepping forward and telling anyone else what to do, because that's what he's been trained to do, and he doesn't want to do what he's been trained to do. You're all bloody-minded children, and none of you are willing to just step forward and say, grow up. Alamenowite isn't trusted by anyone because she's an elf, and she's, as we've already determined, a particularly untrustworthy elf at best.
I don't think not because she's an elf. I think more just because, well, she's
shady.
Yes, in her nature.
Yes.
Not her fault, it's just that's the thing.
Quite. So she's incapable of doing anything. Yume is too young, too uncertain, and she is, of all of us, the one who is most likely to run from any given situation, not confront it. And what do we have left? Birdie?
No.
If she has any leadership qualities, she has kept it very much hidden from everyone else. Everybody expects you to be the leader. The problem is that your concept of leadership is to say, let's have a vote. Or worse, let's do this. Someone says no, and you go, well, I'm the leader, so you have to do it. It's not how leaders act, my lord. It's just not. Your problem is that you enjoy making foolish decisions. You enjoy confronting people with those foolish decisions. And then you like leading in those directions. So when someone confronts you, the biggest problem isn't that you are incapable of holding to your position. It's that you know the decision's foolish. So you want to be persuaded out of it. And you back down. Until the day where you find one you particularly like and you're so determined you want to do it. And everybody groans and moans at it because it's ridiculous. But you know it, my lord, and that is the worst part. You actually know. And sitting from the outside is quite frustrating because you can see that you know what is right, you know what should be done, but you don't actually do it. And that is also difficult, obviously.
Fine. So you don't approve of that. Do you know what? I don't need to... Within this... Oh, all right. I don't need this, really, in that sense. If we're talking about dressing down and whatnot. I've come to you out of a position of respect, but if you want to operate in that sort of environment...
Well, you asked me, so I told you.
Yes.
You specifically requested this. I'm not dressing you down. I'm answering your question. If it feels like a dressing down, then that says more about your approach to what I'm saying. You hear the words and you feel it's a dressing down rather than simply seeing it for what it is, which is advice. It's just a statement of fact as I see it.
Right. Well, Lucas, what I need then from you is to help me properly deal with this book problem.
Oh, not exactly my area of expertise, if I'm honest.
No, I know that. It's not mine either. Well, the book part of it is, but the rest of it isn't.
How do you think we would best approach it?
I would say Elric, personally, or Lady Wittgenstein, but the problem is, as we've established, Elric hates himself and magic and all the sort of things that he can do with it. And I'm trying to get through to him in that sense. But
I don't think Elric would be wise. Elric, I don't know. He's in a dangerous position in his life also.
I know.
And confronting him with another problem will just compound upon the problems that he perceives.
Well, that's who I need it to be. Leopold is too quick to tell me that I've done something wrong.
Yes.
And to tell me off with it. So to a point where I can't even get the position across that I'm trying to take.
No, quite.
So that's a problem. You may, as you've already said, too young. And I honestly don't really know what's going on with her at all at the moment. I'm trying my best, but I can't seem to get through or make her feel any better.
Young girl's in love with you, sir.
I don't think she is. I think... look.
No, she is. She's in love with you in the way that a 17-year-old can be.
Yes.
It's deep, it's abiding, it's absolutely without reason.
Have you been 17 once?
Oh, a long time ago, sir.
Lucas, at 17, my love was always deep and abiding, but it's shifted the next week to somebody else.
But it hasn't shifted.
Well,
and if it doesn't shift, it will stay there for a long time.
Well, it's just because there's nobody else around.
That's not true. My lord, there is many options about it. See, your problem is that you don't recognize that you are actually quite brilliant. Your problem is you can't see your own good qualities, and you constantly try to avoid them. It's almost like you're afraid of your good qualities, sir. Like they are representative of your father. When you do well, you do extraordinarily well.
Mm.
And that is, I think, what frustrates Leopold most, is that he perceives those glimmers and he presumes that that should be the natural state of affairs, where he doesn't realize that those glimmering parts that he views as the correct route are in fact not you. They're just a part of you. You lie somewhere over here where you would much prefer to investigate, understand, collect information.
Well, exactly. But you can't do that with a Sigmarite because it's all about defense, stay safe, and all that sort of thing.
Yes, he has
stay
a very
within the
fixed
boundaries.
view. I agree with you, sir. He has a very fixed view, which is dangerous.
Well,
For something like this, particularly dangerous, because his view is probably going to be either deeply heretical and strange because he's been acting very oddly lately, and inconsistently, might I add. Ever since he's been getting these visions,
yes,
it's been very odd. And ever since he received those revelations, he has not been acting normal. So I agree he's not a reliable source of information, or at least advice at the moment. But that doesn't mean he won't be. When we spoke to him in Kemperbad, he was surprisingly, I hesitate to use the word, but surprisingly normal. It was fine.
Yes, except that wasn't him, but it was him, wasn't it?
Well, who else was it?
That shadow thing.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That was a bit of a blow, I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going to lie either. That one particularly unnerved me.
Not even that, I just thought I saw my friend for a while and it turns out it wasn't even him.
I know. So, we are at a crossroads with this particular book.
Yes.
And I think you're possibly correct that Lady Wittgenstein might be able to help. But her area, I mean, she knows a lot about magic.
I know.
And this is magic. And she'll be able to perceive things that we won't. So
Right.
she might be a good source of at least information about it.
My third point on that as well is I've established that theoretically my link on the line is not necessarily a strong one. I already have half the people in the world looking for me under my actual name. So what would just other people looking for me for another reason? And I also think that potentially giving them no reason by, well, the idea is if I get into the book somehow, and it does, and we make an accord or an agreement or whatever it is that is in there, it unlocks some sort of innate or resting magical ability. Then I no longer hold title lands, so that is no longer a playing card, as it were. It's a chit taken off the table.
By imperial law, you would need to train at the colleges.
Yes.
Or receive tutelage from Magister.
So this is the thing. Lady Wittgenstein's a Magister.
She is.
So
She is?
yes, she is. So
She is.
okay. And the other thing around that is the only time that would become a problem is when it's recognized.
Yes.
So right now, either I'm recognized by one group of people who are quite possibly more bountiful within the Empire for who I am.
What do you want to do, my lord? I think is a better question. I mean, what is it that you want? What are you even doing all of this for? You seemed quite certain when we left Obersreich that you wish to pursue, and it must be said afterwards, you have been quite certain that you wish to pursue this evil that has been done to your family.
Yes, and I do still. That's not something that's changed. That's what I'm asking.
So what is the
here.
best route towards that?
Well, the best route towards there is to gain more power, realistically. And I guess what I'm asking for.
What sort of power?
What I'm asking you, Lucas, is it better to have power in law and in resource of men and land, or is it best to have power in that of
my lord,
what we see Elric and Wittgenstein do?
My lord, it depends entirely on what you want to do. If you are looking to lead, then that is one direction. If you are looking to be the tip of the spear, that is a very different direction. If you wish to be holding the spear, that is a very different direction again. If you wish to be clandestinely working behind the scenes, getting things done while the rest of the world scrabbles around the major political activities of the day, that is again another situation entirely. And might I say, my lord, that it's clear by your nature that you resist strongly leadership. You just resist it. You don't like it. And that's all right. That's all right. Just because you're born into a position and they have been attempting to push you into that position for your entire life doesn't mean that you need to take that position. And you are correct that this book is attempting to offer you a way out. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know. But I can say that it does look like it's pushing for something. That lends you with a completely different concern. Who? What? Why? Is it just accident? We've already determined multiple times there is no accident. So who is pushing for this particular outcome? And if you're looking to avoid leadership, which I think is actually to your benefit, because you are too clever, far too intelligent. Your brother is a good leader. Everybody likes him, and he isn't clever enough to worry about his decisions. He tries to do the best thing all the time. You don't try to do the best thing. You try to do the thing that will give you the most information so that you can then make better decisions. But you actually require somebody to sit on your shoulder and say, are you sure that's the right choice, my lord? Perhaps we could do something else?
No, because it sounds like you're talking yourself out of a job.
No, in fact, of anything. I've just talked you into a position where you need somebody at your shoulder telling you whether it's a good idea or not, my lord. So I've done both.
Yes.
Not all people of your station move into positions of leadership. Many of them move to the clergy. Many of them move into different areas. Consider the Holzkrug line of Altdorf. You know your lines frightfully well. You can barely even remember names half the time.
Yeah, that's heraldry.
Yeah, it is. Swan comes to mind. Swan comes to mind.
No.
Crown swan. That's it. It's a crown swan. And that's about as far as it goes with that heraldry roll.
Okay. 5 successes.
5 successes. Ah, yes, the Holzkrugs. They're the primary rivals of the Holzkrug-Schlesens in Altdorf. They would probably be the princes if it were not for that particular family line. Prince Wilhelm II, the very first of that line, the current Karl Franz's granddad, he saved the empire about 100 years ago, or at least saved Reichland, and that was enough for him to take claim of the princedom of Altdorf from the Holzkrugs.
Okay, so...
Right. Not exactly from at that point. It was Holzkrugs at that point, but Holzkrugs before that. Magnus was the one that really imposed that. But the Holzkrugs, and you're not entirely sure why the Holzkrugs would be attached to anything he's saying, though.
I think we just...
He's the High Lord Ambassador for the Reichland.
Right, okay.
Which is code. It's a spy master.
Yes.
Spies are something that you appear to be naturally aligned with. You're currently working furtively behind the scenes, chasing down... Effectively, you're working as a noble witch hunter.
It's a trap within a trap within a trap.
Yes, and you're constantly working towards those areas, my lord. And might I say, relatively successfully when you actually put your mind to it and don't exclude everybody else. When you exclude everyone else and just do a thing because you're scared they'll say don't do it.
Interesting.
Can you understand why I'm saying you've got some issues with leadership there, my lord?
Yes.
It's just...
That's good.
Actually. You're a hunter at the moment. And you're working in the shadows. And possibly this book is... it's either a godsend or it's a curse. It's difficult to tell which, and the only way to do it is to investigate it. And perhaps I can't believe I'm actually talking myself into taking it over to Lady Wittgenstein and asking for her advice. Because if it is hooked into you somehow, it needs to be unhooked.
All right. It's very early. Do you think she should be up?
I'm not sure I can, my lord.
Shall we go? Oh, by the way, you should care, because I have put my proposal over to Lady Wittgenstein.
Oh. What did she say?
Don't know yet. Greta's doing it for me, or Greta's asked for me. Who she slept with, by the way.
Oh.
Yes.
Greta.
First night you were,
You asked Greta to do it?
Yes.
My lord.
Yeah, alright, don't make a thing about this.
No, I'm not. I'm actually quietly impressed, my lord.
Well,
was locking you in the hold, was that worthwhile?
It was just so awkward for so long. I could just sit there and... You know when you can be annoyed with somebody for like a few moments because you're in the same room, but you don't have to be?
Yes.
Then it was like, well, we're going to clearly be spending more time in that cubby, which we need to make more comfortable, by the way. A lot of time in that cubby. And after about an hour, you're like, okay, well, I suppose we'll have a conversation or I'll say something. She ignored me. And another sort of half an hour. Make a sort of cough noise. Ignore me again.
Do you know has she approached her yet?
I don't know. I haven't seen her since.
That being the case, we should probably approach her first.
Greta.
Because there may be an awkward situation that we're walking into.
All right. Well, look.
I can do that. I know you feel very uncomfortable when it comes to girls.
No, I don't. So this is the thing. I don't feel uncomfortable when it comes to girls.
My lord, you were surrounded by men most of your life. It's no great surprise you feel a little uncomfortable when girls are being girls.
No, it's not that. It's more just there's a lot of, gyrating.
Yes,
that's happening.
That's what I'm talking about. The discomfort that you clearly have.
Yeah, but it's not because it is women. I should point this out. It's because...
My lord, you don't need to say any more.
No, I do, because everybody called me a prude, and it's not the case.
I didn't say you were a prude. I just said there was discomfort.
No, whatever. Anyway, well, I'm glad Leopold's been woken up, basically, because he called me a prude all the time. And quite frankly, it's not that. It's just that, for me, a extended wooing period, getting to know somebody, and then deciding that, yep, and now's the time to show a physical appreciation is more my thing, that's all. Whereas it would appear that
most people don't do that. They get drunk, have sex, and then afterwards try to figure it out. Is that what you're saying, my lord?
Well, yes, somewhat, but not in a. I don't mean this in a negative way. I just don't. I just don't get it. Basically,
everybody's different, my lord.
Yes, no, I know.
People have different approaches.
I know.
But your approach is considered quite prudish by Leopold, for example.
He's a priest.
Yes, I do find that rather amusing. It must be said. Very little we say. So I should go and approach Greta. She'll be in a room with Alamenowite, I presume.
Yes.
Try not to wake up the child.
I also wanted to make sure that I sort of was a little bit more present for the child, because I know technically not part of my bloodline, but also could potentially
very possibly is.
Yes, in a strange way.
It's very possible that the person you're posing at is your brother.
I was thinking more based on Birdie's revelation.
Well, I'm not convinced about Birdie's revelation at all. She has multiply lied to us.
No. Like, if she's lying now, after all that...
It would be no
lying
surprise.
now after all that?
She's a spy. Now, is she a useful spy? Yes, but will she turn us at us?
Well, this is the conversation we had, but I don't think
she will, and I don't believe... It's very possible she doesn't even know she's lying, my lord.
Right. Well, that's very
things.
forgivable if that is the case, but still.
Quite. I quite like her in her blunt ways, but I don't know if you've noticed, but she's clearly had elocution lessons. Beyond that, her vocabulary is particularly broad, which means all of these, I don't have time for this, I don't have patience, it's all a lie. She's clever. She is very clever. And she's hiding it, my lord.
I just don't think she wants to get involved with it.
I think that's not true. I think she wants to watch. Because she's a spy.
All right. Considering you seem to be very good at watching everybody else.
That's my job.
All right, yeah.
How can I provide you with advice if I don't watch everyone else?
That's fair. Right.
Elric, by comparison, is just troubled. Very troubled. And he is of deep concern.
I've been trying to get through to Elric. I just can't seem to find the time to properly sit down with him.
Well, he doesn't like anyone spending time with him.
No, I know. It's difficult. You walk in and you, hey, Elric, and then he mumbles or grumbles and then he stomps off again. It's quite impressive how he manages to stomp so hard not wearing shoes.
He is a unique individual, of that much there is no doubt. But I think there would be a loss there should he disappear. He is a rare individual who is both initiated into the things that you know and also an example of the very issues that you represent.
Yes, no, exactly.
Which means that he is a rare ally. Anyone else with his skills and background would not accept this group at all.
We would all be burned by him. Understandable. Yes. Yeah, no, I know.
And why wouldn't you want to have someone who... The number of times he has saved our lives. Often, admittedly, by burning down the buildings we were very recently in. But nevertheless...
Yes.
Right, so should I go and talk to Greta?
Yes, if you would be
uncomfortable
so
for
kind.
me, for very different reasons. They're just so very feminine. And going around, they like to tease.
Oh, right, yes.
I don't like to be teased.
Okay. Actually, do you know what, Lucas? I should probably come with you because the book isn't there if I'm left alone.
No, I shall do this.
All right.
I'll be back soon. And off he goes. Lucas returns about 10 minutes later.
Mm-hmm. How'd it go?
You're reading your book.
The book?
Yeah. As he comes in, he goes, bah!
But I don't even really notice him, do I?
No. And he looks at you. Some time passes until eventually you're feeling wobbling at your shoulder.
Oh. Hello, Lucas.
Gosh, you're hungry.
How long has it been?
And it's not Lucas.
Oh.
Lucas is sitting at the back.
Oh, right.
Greta's there.
Oh.
She's looking at you. You have a problem.
Yes.
You have a big problem.
I'm trying to fix it at the moment.
I thought I'd sit down with you. I have spoken to Marguerite. At least you're... Well, I take that from you.
I don't... No. This isn't
understand.
me giving it up. I just don't want it to hurt you.
Well, if it hurts me, it hurts me. At least it's not hurting you, my lord. You're more important. Give it to me.
Don't think
Just
that's the case.
give it to me. Oh. Pass me that. Give me your jacket. Give it to me. Wrapped in the jacket.
There you go. That's better.
She tosses it in the corner. Actually, that was very wise. Right, so I've spoken to her.
Okay.
I spoke to her last
Yes.
night.
How did it go?
Well, this is... Let us say that I was selling you rather hard.
Right. I can't imagine she liked that, actually.
No, it was good.
Oh, good.
I've won a round.
A round?
Yes.
You've won her a round?
Yes.
Or a round in the longer...
No, I've won a round.
Oh, right.
But it's complicated.
Okay.
She's not exactly...
Alive?
Oh, no. No,
Okay,
she's alive.
good. No, good. Just
No, she's alive.
wanted to check that.
She has some relatively odd views concerning marriage.
Right.
Because her parents' marriage was not exactly normal.
Okay.
And she's quite aware that the vast majority of noble marriages are arrangements.
Yes.
The vast majority.
Yes.
Like almost all of them. Like my marriage, for example. They are arrangements that are put in place for often very good reason. And she is finding it difficult to justify the reason why she would do this. I gave her many ideas. It's a particularly fortuitous match, assuming that you're not at war, which you currently are.
Yes.
And that is obviously one of the primary difficulties. Your bloodline is not well liked at court. Let's be relatively cagey about it all. And still, she was willing to accept it under certain terms, one of which was surprising to me, which is that she wants you to be tested to ensure you're fertile.
Oh. How do we do that?
Well, I don't know. That was one that was a little bit of a surprise to me.
Oh, fair enough.
Because she's quite convinced she wishes to have children because she thinks probably the last of her bloodline. Which means that she requires certain things to be in place. The most important one is she wishes her children to be Wittgensteins. From House Wittgenstein.
Interesting.
Because she wishes her house to continue. Obviously, you would retain your name.
Yes. How does that work in terms of...
Oh, easily done. That's a very simple ruling from... it'd probably be, in current circumstances, a very easy ruling to get from the Mackensteins. I know the Mackensteins very well.
Right.
They swear fealty to the Mackensteins. It would require you to do the same thing.
To swear fealty to the Mackensteins?
Yes.
I don't know if I can do that.
Well, you're going to have to if you're going to move into a marriage with the Wittgenstein.
Is that out of the ordinary?
No, it's not out of the ordinary at all.
And when it's me swearing fealty to that,
there are...
does Wittgenstein fall under my control afterwards?
That is a matter of some diplomatic consideration between yourself and the good lady. You would be the Baron of Wittgenstein.
Legally?
Yes.
Right.
You would be the Baron, but that doesn't mean that you would be in any way
controlling it.
Controlling.
No, understandable.
But let's be honest, most barons and dukes and similar don't have any direct control. Not everyone is your father.
Yes.
And I think that you are in potentially a good position here. She is a very beautiful woman, and she has not said no. Indeed, she has said probably yes. She would be a considerable asset at court. However, I find it very unlikely that you would ever be in a position where love was the first consideration.
No, well, that's sort of not the way that we're kind of approaching this in the first place.
Yes. Indeed, I have had somewhat of a discussion with her since my first initiation, and there are certain terms that she wants in place concerning propriety.
What do you mean?
Well, she wishes to leave open the opportunity for lovers, but only women.
Oh, right.
She doesn't want to accidentally fall pregnant to anyone else. You would be her husband.
I assume so, yes. Sure, why not?
And she would give you the same in return, but only men.
Interesting.
Yes, I thought that was an interesting option as well. I tried to lay down to her that that was a most unacceptable term, and she was reluctant to accept that as unacceptable, given that she had made such I tried to inform her that it really didn't matter if there were any bastards out there.
Greta, why do I get the feeling that you've slept with her again?
I haven't.
Okay, good. Okay,
no, not at all. That would be most.
I was going to say,
given the current circumstances.
Yes, exactly. I just, you know.
No, she's been quite cool about it all, and she's quite open to reason.
Fine. All right, this is good. And to be honest, I sort of just need this to be chugging along. It doesn't necessarily have to be fulfilled.
I'm sorry to say that if you start this off, it is not going to stop easily.
Okay, fine. All right.
Because it will go to the Mackensteins, and they'll be told. They won't be asked for permission. They'll just simply be told this is happening.
Here's the question as well.
Yes.
If I'm Baron of Wittgenstein and then I am bound towards the Mackensteins,
yes,
should they turn against my father?
Yes, which they will.
Am I then bound to...
If you swear to them, yes, but that could happen a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line.
Right,
and by that time, it will be too late. War will have been declared. It won't really matter. You haven't actually done any swearing. There is tradition, but tradition is not law.
Yes, that's not ideal. What I wanted to do is just to get a position where Altdorf is in the middle between, well, three-pronged realistically. Your lot to the south somewhat.
Yeah. It's going to be very difficult, my lord, no matter what sort of match you make. She's willing. And she is, bluntly, intelligent and attractive. What more could you ask for?
No, it's true. Okay.
I imagine the relationship will probably be cool. Which may suit you.
Well, I proposed in the first place. I can't go back now. Let's be strong-willed. Yep. Yep, let's do it. I accept those terms. Not necessarily on the... when I say I accept those terms, because, you know...
I would advise strongly pushing against her preference for you not sleeping with anyone.
Yes, that's sort of what I mean.
You wish me to push back on that?
Yes.
I think it is an unacceptable.
Somewhat. If it
is quite different for her than it is for you.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's my point. So, and if one can, find someone who they actually enjoy the time of, who are you to deny that person thing?
As ridiculous as this might be to say, Gerhardt, you might fall in love one day.
Yes.
And
hopefully.
That is a very likely outcome. I have. Didn't expect to, but I have.
Oh, okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. And it came upon one. And if I had been bound in the way that I am currently bound, I would be rather upset. But then I was never one to pay attention to the rules. It is going to cause extraordinary difficulties in my marriage. But then I already ran away.
Yes.
So I think that's going to cause more problems in this small issue.
Not to mention that the running away looked like I kidnapped you somewhat.
Only if they knew that you're there.
Oh, right.
At the moment, they've no idea where I am.
That's better.
And
Fine.
let's hope that that stays the case. Between you and me?
Yeah.
I don't think it will be blamed on you, but even if it is blamed on you, it'll just be because it's your child. And in many respects, it might actually work because they might think that you're protecting them. Your brother won't accept it. When he finds out, he'll probably want to duel you. Which is just foolishness, but he probably will.
Okay.
If anyone he should be dueling, it should be LAWhammer, but there we go.
Yeah, that's going to be a very, very weird Warhammer equivalent of Christmas. Hello, Dad. Here's your daughter-in-law and your ex-girlfriend, who are now a couple. And your son wants to kill your other son for something that he did not do.
And by the way, your son has got himself married to some sort of illegal witch thing.
P.S. Your grandchild is also probably a mutant spawn. So, you know. Cheers!
Hey!
Okay.
Merry Christmas!
Right, so things are looking good.
They are. She was completely dead set against it to begin with, but after some persuasion, she has changed her position. She realizes the difficult position she's in. And most importantly, you represent something that no one else in the Empire represents. One thing that no one else will represent. Acceptance.
Oh, yes, well, yeah, that's true.
You understand what she was doing, and you have not taken her down for it. And anyone else, when they found out what had happened, they would probably burn her.
It's probably still on the cards, to be fair. Not from us, but, you know.
Well, you're absolutely correct. It is something that you are potentially going to have to run up against, but that particular remit has come to an end. It's now the past.
So, it's good. Intelligent, scientific mind, could probably talk.
Might I say that she also provides you with something you may not have realised that she offers, and that is she is a remarkable doctor.
What? 2 doctors?
She is a doctor.
Everybody does something I do.
Unlike you, though, she isn't heading towards any actual certification for it.
No, well, she needs...
But she has been working flesh in a way that most others don't understand for a very long time.
Yes.
And she also has something that you have that most people don't have. Somewhat insatiable curiosity to understand.
I actually think it might be quite good. And I think we should spend some time together.
It's one of the reasons why I thought I would talk it all out. I've been speaking to LAWhammer about it, and LAWhammer also thinks it is a very good match. I didn't to begin with, but LAWhammer turned me around.
Greta.
Yes.
Thank you for this.
It is not just my duty as your sister, as ridiculous as that may sound. It is, I think, for the better of all of us.
All right. I need to finish a letter. And then I'm going to do some studying and also probably magical studies stuff.
Are you writing to your father?
Yes.
I would suggest not telling him about the marriage until it has been done.
Problem is my grandmother is currently, probably right now, bearing in mind the timetabling of things, absolutely putting connections together.
Well, that being the case, then might I suggest that you get married?
Right.
How
do we do that?
Give me a few days.
Okay.
I'm quite convinced that there's going to be a way that I can get you married without your father's permission.
Right. Fuck. It's going to be a hell of a letter.
Yes. But to be honest, between you and me, I don't think it'll be a surprise.
No, and he'll actually accept maybe the allegiance issue, but we can figure that out later on. He will
take a different angle. Tell him that you're taking yourself off the table so that nobody can be forced into marrying you.
Good, nice, like
because
that.
They will marry you to the court if they take you.
Yes. Good position. Okay, that's that piece.
I have a request, my lord.
Yes.
In fact, no. It is not for you. I'll take it to you, May.
All right.
I would like to draft. I would like for Magnus's remit that she had before to be forged.
Yeah, what? To seal the seal?
Yeah, which means we're going to need to get access to the silver seal at some point to confirm it.
All right, we can try it.
We've got the document. All we need to do then is somehow get it pressed.
Stamp it.
Most people don't understand the silver seal anyway. For most people, they'll just believe it as for what it is.
Fine. What, to continue on? I don't.
It's to give her the freedom to be who she is.
Right, fine.
No intention of continuing on what she was doing.
Okay. All right. Well, it's quite early. I've already had breakfast. Have you had anything to eat this morning?
No.
Okay.
I think I might go back to bed.
Oh, right. Fair enough. Excellent.
She is willing to talk to you, though, concerning the matters at hand, and I would suggest not bringing up the marriage. She's still coming to terms with it.
Okay, fine.
But she's more than willing to discuss this book.
She's still awake?
What?
She's awake?
Yes, she doesn't sleep as much as the rest of us.
Oh, God. She is 100% a vampire or something like that. Right, okay. Is she in her little... Where does she sleep these days?
She is currently down in the hold. She was sleeping with other men, wife, and myself. No, don't worry,
No,
it wasn't
fine.
anything particular. It was just a bed.
Yeah.
But she's down in the hold just now.
Right. That must be uncomfortable.
It is, but it is her preference. It's where the books are.
I will go and see her.
Lady Marguerite of House
I've taken the book
Wittgenstein.
with me.
Yeah, quite. Of House Wittgenstein is currently sitting with her knees up, almost to her chin, with a book rested on it, with 5 candles off towards the side. As she looks up and sees you come in and says, "Yes, I wondered if you were going to come down."
Yes, hello.
You have the book.
I do, yes. I was hoping you'd be able to help me with all of this.
I don't want to touch it.
Fair enough.
Could you please lay it out in front of me so we can see what's inside it?
Okay. What, isn't open?
Yes. She looks open. Pardon me.
This is a big fumble.
That's 33 as well. Wow!
How's she doing? She doing okay?
She just scored 28 successes.
Excellent. I love this. Yeah.
Wow!
Fantastic wife.
Wow! As she looks at it and says, "There's a spirit in it.
Okay.
It's attempting to befuddle my mind."
Right. Attempting to.
Yes, it isn't.
Good.
And it's realised this. It's now offering. Interesting. It communicates through the words.
You can read this?
Yes. It's currently speaking.
Oh.
And you're down there at the moment. It's filled with medical treaties.
Interesting.
And she looks at it. No, I wouldn't touch this too often. Unfortunately, it has bound itself to you. Is that correct?
I don't know. We thought there might have to be an agreement, maybe.
Do you speak spirit by any chance?
No.
Any form of demonic tongues?
No.
Oh, perhaps we could teach you.
Right.
It would be useful. Secret language, so to speak. Spirit in particular is a good one. Spiritual languages. There is a root ground language for all things. All languages come from the same source.
Sort
The
of a base
lingua
level.
prestantia, which is the language that is used by wizards, the lingua prestantia, is based upon an elven version of the first language. And the first language is, I'm sorry to say, demonic. It is the word that creates form from the immaterial magic. And spirits speak a simpler form of this when they come to the material plane. It is a relatively easy language. It's tonal, which you might have difficulty with. Lady Yumi, I imagine, could learn it quite clearly. Her language is also somewhat tonal.
Okay.
She looks at it. Given that you can't speak this, I apologise. As she then speaks nonsense. Blah, 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 at it and nods a couple of times and then looks at you. Yeah, it's been sent here. Poor thing. Yeah, she's on a fucking roll. More criticals than you shake your fucking stick up. And that's a good success. Yeah, it's been sent here by its creator. And it's been sent for you.
So this is a targeted attack.
It is. Attack is not the word that I would use, assuming that it is not lying to me, which I am of the opinion that it is not. Assuming that it's not lying to me, it has been sent to break the line of Ubersreich. It wishes to remove you from the equation.
Right.
It has been left in your path by someone, I don't know whom.
So that's interesting.
To send you to the colleges and remove you from this particular issue.
Yes.
And it's sent to unlock you, so to speak. It's been working on the inside of you for some time, trying to release what's within. And if it can't do it, it will just possess you.
Okay. So
and through that possession, you will retain your intelligence, but whatever it is that it's attempting to awaken will awaken, but it will cost it its life. It doesn't wish to do that. It's trying very hard not to do that, as far as one can tell. It's attempting to persuade me, right now, to do exactly what it is supposed to be doing. Trouble is that it can't tell you from anyone else. It has no real way of doing it.
Oh, I see.
It was put directly in your path, and it's relying upon you to keep it close by.
Do you want to, or can you communicate with you?
Not strictly. It communicates with me somewhat. I can attempt to push it. I'm effectively commanding it. I'm not so much communicating on it. And it's telling me things it doesn't want to tell me.
Is it possible to, just ask it very nicely to just stop doing it? Or is it compelled to do the thing that it's doing?
Spirits, particularly those that are bound, are as capable of free thought as a table.
Right.
They have form and function within the material space, and that form and function is inescapable for them. So I'm sorry to say, this is going to keep on working. Now, you could easily pass it off onto somebody else, but it currently has its hooks into you, which loosely means that a part of your soul is now connected to its soul, and it is trying very hard not to completely merge with you. It doesn't want to, because it will die.
And if it did that, that's when I would cease to be me.
No, not at all. You would continue to be you entirely. It would just awaken within you the spark of magic.
Right.
Whether you wished it or not.
Right.
Which would put you in a difficult legal position.
Yes. Okay, well that's interesting, because
I say let you do it.
Awakening me?
Why not? The death of this spirit means nothing to me. She says. And besides, it would be a useful tool in the future.
I have been pondering this.
You're intelligent. You're clearly gifted with language. I watched you listen as I spoke.
All things considered, and I know we've got a side project going along around here, but I will need a teacher if I was going to do this.
Yes, you would. You would need a magister. Obviously, I'm a magister. I can teach you, but I might only be able to teach you dog. I am not currently a legal witch. I am illegal.
Oh, I know that.
I have mastered magics which are not just illegal, they are heretical. And that is what I would almost certainly be in a position to teach you, because the chance of you being able to master the winds that I have mastered are very low. You'd have your own strengths and your own weaknesses. You might be better off learning from the hands of Elmenoweth than from myself. She's obviously not legally allowed to do so, but that doesn't mean that she couldn't. It depends. This thing here is a creature of shadow, which means it's attempting to build within you a soul of shadow, so to speak. Wind of Shadows is called Ulgu. And the Wind of Shadows is illusion, mystery, reshaping reality around you. And ultimately the most dangerous of all magics that there is, and one that the colleges would never allow you to learn, because you are too old. Mind manipulation, the most dangerous of all magics, making others believe and think what you want them to believe and think. It is how the Empire has been built and wrought for the last 200 years. Grey wizards touring around, covering up the mistakes of those that are above them. 100 years ago, Nuln was sacked by a goblin. This is a well-known story. Nuln was sacked, gone, and barely anyone remembers this because it was not in the imperial court's interest to think that their primary city, because Nuln was the largest city in the empire at that point, could fall to greenskins. So they just gently erased it from anyone's mind that was around. Anyone that was important, those who were writing chronicles, 2 generations later, nobody really paid attention. Dwarfs certainly didn't care.
Everything has its risks associated with it.
Yes, it does. If you let that inhabit you, you have no choice. You will become aligned with Algu.
Okay.
If you let it do what it wants to do, which is to awaken what you have already, who knows where you'll lie? Perhaps you will lie with Actuary, like Elric. Perhaps you will lie, in my case, with Shyish, which is the purple wind of magic, the wind of death.
And forgive me, I don't know the rules of the schools or the colleges or anything like that. If that was to happen, and wasn't a wind that you're aware of,
Yes.
and you being a magister of...
It would be my legal duty to, if I was aware, but what you must realize is that nobody has a method of determining where your strengths and weaknesses are.
No, I don't mean that. I just mean, does it matter that the magister that teaches you be of the same wind?
Yes, it does.
That's a problem.
It's absolutely essential.
Okay, that's solved it then, if that's the case. So I can't do that. It would be useful, and it would work well in my favor in what we're doing, but I can't risk not being able to. I know I can, because right now here's the thing. Somebody wanted me to take this, to move it out of the way. So let's deny them that.
Well, it depends. It might be an ally. Further.
Might be an ally, and it would be a grey as well that would do something like this, wouldn't it?
And
oh God, this is annoying. I wanted to do an exam. Shit. Right. Fine. I think I've made up my mind then, if that is the case. Could you look after this for a while?
it will grow disturbed if you're away from long.
That's fine. Just
what do you intend to do, my lord? Because this
We're-
is
look-
difficult.
yes, we're in Altdorf right now.
I have a quick question for you, because I don't think you realize how rude you are.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Do you realize you meant to say my lady?
So, oh, yes, no, that is true. I do apologize, my lady.
I have noticed that you don't do this with Lady Greta, nor do you do it with any of the nobles on board. They all do it to you, but you don't return the compliment. It's not simply a compliment, it's a proper way of addressing others. You are exceedingly rude. You do this on purpose.
I actually hadn't picked up that I wasn't doing that, my lady.
So, if you wish to do it correctly, the very first instance, at the end of the first utterance, you must stop with my lady. After that, you can use ma'am or my lady. And after each point of the conversation, you should at least end with that.
Yes, no, I have been taught that stuff. I should know that. I do apologize.
So it's very possible that this book has made influence. It's very possible that you have just grown lax away from court. It's what happens.
It's probably that, if I'm honest.
Yes, I thought so. Further, if you are surrounding yourself by young nobles, which I imagine you were when you were at university, none of them really pay much attention to proper form. They get drunk, and they only use it often as an insult more than anything else. My lord. That is what it was like when I was back at
Yes.
the college.
All right.
Have you decided what you're going to do? If so, do you require advice in it? Have you made the wrong decision?
I have yes, I've made a decision. Thank you.
And what is it?
Well, my decision right now is I will not engage with this until we are free of the city. Once we have done that, I intend to let this thing do what it's here to do.
And do you intend to let it effectively merge with you? Or would you rather it awoke what was already within you? I have some advice there. One side is a gamble, the other side is a certainty. On the certainty side, Alamenawai can teach you how to control Algor. On the other side, if, for example, you were to manifest, let us say you manifest Shaman, the gold wind of magic, there would be no one there to be able to teach you how to control it, and you would become a danger to others. Quickly. Magic would gather around you, you wouldn't be able to stop it, you would accidentally channel it around you in different directions.
Oh, they're all going to be so mad at me. Okay. I think if that is the case, then I mean, I may get lucky and it turn to Akshi or...
There's no such thing as luck, my lord. What is the most
fated.
unfortuitous circumstance that you can have? If it is an enemy, that it will be danger for everyone. If this is an ally, if it's an ally, it's interesting that it would be great that it pushes for, but it's resistant. I'm unsure. That's all I can say. It's going to be very difficult for you to resist it. And if you're intending to do some sort of examination, you might find that you are otherwise distracted.
Shit. Right.
Give me a moment. And she speaks. A medical text. Stays a medical text in front of you. She looks at it, appears to be reading down the words. And then says, yeah, it shouldn't be too difficult. Either way, actually.
What do you mean?
Now, you're struggling in the darkness, trying to understand what it is. It knows what it is. It doesn't understand what you are. I understand both.
So I could ask it?
No, you can't, but I
Oh.
can. I can easily force it to bond with you, I suppose. Easily.
Would it stay like this as a book?
Oh, no, it would be dead. The book would remain.
I feel bad that would be the case.
Yes, well, it would be part of you now. It would be similar to you eating a cow or eating a sheep. I imagine you've had mutton. There's no difference. This is just a spirit. Okay. It's not a particularly intelligent one. It has been bound into service by someone else with this as a potential outcome. Try not to think of these things as particularly sentient. They are less sentient and more capable of aping sentience. Looking like they're sentient. Much like most demons, they are creatures of pure instinct. Exceedingly dangerous under the correct circumstance, or the wrong one, depending on how one looks at it.
I understand they like to make deals.
Yes. Well, it's not so much that they like to make deals, it's that they refuse to do anything unless they get something in return.
Okay.
Like would be the wrong word. That ascribes to them a certain quality they don't have. They are not so avaricious. They are not so human.
Yes, you mentioned. Okay, fine. Well, I guess I'm going to try and struggle along, get my head down, try not reading this book. If you can help me with that.
There's little I can do to compel it beyond what it is compelled to do. I can force it to go down the routes that it wished to go. Consider it like a river, and currently there's a dam in place.
Right.
I can blow up the dam and let the river flow, or I can leave the dam in place. I can easily blow up the dam, but if I blow up the dam, it will swell into you.
Yes, and I don't need to be distracted, so I can't have the book trying to take its position. I don't want to walk around Altdorf. Well, I've got to make the decision. Right, I've got to do it now, haven't I? I
would suggest that you choose one way or the other. Yes, my lord.
Yes.
If you wish to pass. If you don't wish to pass, and you wish to be distracted, then...
No, I do wish to pass. Okay, fine.
Why is it important?
Why?
Yes.
Because then I can legally practice medicine outside of...
Why does that matter?
Well, it's the right thing to do.
Interesting. Why? Are you bound by the laws of others?
This is what I said. This is what I thought. I suppose you are a doctor as well.
Well, not strictly.
No, but...
I have no right to do what I did, but I did.
Well, you did.
Because I had a right through a different route, so to speak. But I didn't have any right to practice medicine.
I don't... Well, I
employed a doctor to do that.
I can't at the moment, basically. I'd like to do this the right way, personally.
Well, it does cause less problems, fewer problems.
Exactly. And I think I'm going to have a few potentially down the line.
Well, what would you rather? You have here an opportunity to resolve this entire situation, and it will have short-term, almost no effect at all. It will take time for the winds to move through you.
Yes, let's do it. Please, my lady.
Would you like me to blow up the dam in one place or the other?
So one is
exceedingly dangerous, but may fall in, for example...
And I could hurt others, and the other one is Algu.
And the other one is Algu. Algu is the wind of shadows.
There's no question between the two. I will have to do what can be taught now within the round, so...
Well, there's nothing to say that the other side won't. I mean, I am not one to throw dice unless those dice are worth throwing. What is, I think, here of most interest is who sent it. And there is the odds stacking on one side or the other. If it is an ally that sent this, then I think that allowing it to do what it wishes to do, realizing that you are the target, is foolish. It doesn't realize whether it's actually got you or someone else. It's scared it's got the wrong person. It has no real senses out here. It currently thinks that I'm you and is offering me all sorts of things.
No, let's do it.
Which way?
Let's open up safety. We'll go with the Olgu. The Olgu would be the choice of the person that sent this, correct?
No.
No.
That is why I asked my question. Olgu is the last ditch effort. As in, if this fails,
yes,
it kills itself to give you Olgu.
Fine, I see.
And force your soul in one direction. If it succeeds,
let's do it.
It unleashes you for who you are, not what the book is forced to make you. As in, it's clearly given a stepped process.
Yeah.
So which it?
Let's go with the Olgu.
She says, good, I can do that. Give me a moment.
They're going to be so annoyed with me.
You do realize that this will take you out of the line of succession for your family.
Yes.
And we're going to have to register you with the colleges at some point.
Yes.
Which means you're going to have to get yourself a master or a mistress from the colleges at some point.
Yes.
You can be rendered safe by Almenowite, and there is a great deal of leeway as to when you should be brought to the college, but you are going to have to go at some point.
Fine. I think. Oh, God. Let's go. Let's do it.
Right. He says, we ought to think of you as a potential shadowmancer in the future. He says, well, I am sorceress, so I suppose that might make a good match.
Yes.
She brought it up.
Say again?
She brought it up.
She did. Yes, I didn't know whether you wanted to...
I don't.
Okay.
She says, I don't at all. I find the entire thing quite difficult to deal with. But something that I think has to be done for both of us. Upon balance, Greta has convinced me that this is the wisest choice of action. So let's just leave it at that.
All right. Thank you for this.
Well, let us see if I can unbreak this. How well does she do? Fumble, fumble, fumble. No, she's done more than well enough. She starts speaking the language of spirits. It's that same slightly sing-songy toned voice that goes up and down a little bit as it moves forward, and eventually the book visibly collapses. It's odd. I didn't realise that the spine was up a bit. The whole thing was raised, but it collapses. Done. You feel nothing.
Yeah.
In fact, you feel nothing. Oh. It's interesting because you feel nothing. It's like the releasing. That book was much more in your mind than you thought it was.
Right.
I mean, you were already very, very intellectually aware that it was preying upon you somehow. But now it's not. You feel nothing. It's quite cleansing. Oh, shit, you've fallen so far behind in your studies. As the dawning realization of how much you were supposed to learn. You wanted to ace this.
All right, I got cram sessions.
Fuck.
Thank you very much, Lady Wittgenstein. I'm
Has it worked?
in your debt. I think so.
I think it has as well. The spirit appears to be gone. You might want to keep the book.
Sure.
It is filled with, I probably believe, everything that you were looking for. It was attempting to...
Pick it open.
It's a medical treatise.
Oh my gosh.
Written in Reichspiel, end to end. With classical notes down the bottom explaining how the elves had it wrong at various points.
Oh, of course it does.
Yeah. It was everything that you were looking for, and it was trying to tempt you.
Oh, I'm going to nail this.
So now you can read it. You can actually read it.
PhD, here we come. Let's do it.
It's not strictly speaking a PhD. A medical
doctorate. Don't take this away from me, Andy.
A medical doctorate.
I've just pissed everyone off at this table to get this.
Medical doctorate.
Right. Assume that the next until exam day, It
Nope.
is eating and
Nope.
thingying as much as I
Because
can.
there's something that comes before that.
Oh no!
It's an imposition from your good tutor. Because she has a request. No, a demand. You need to go to the guild with me.
Oh, right. I've been trying to get as much as possible of that done as I can. But are we going now?
Like you've slept well. It says, you look like you've slept much better.
Yes.
I approve. I expected you to be more of a mess.
No, I've got a good system in place.
I believe you. Come with me, I have a coach prepared. She's a coach.
Right.
I told you, me and the guildmaster get on rather well. She says, this is going to be an opportunity. Come with me.
Okay.
Over to the coach. She sits down opposite you, sits back, folds her arms. This is going to be an opportunity for you to show them how capable you are and how capable I am.
Okay.
She says, we have been through quite a lot these last few months. And what you have impressed me with most is your ability to absorb information. However, if you're going to be a proper doctor, you are going to have to simply accept that your issues that you have with people need to be put behind you. Now, you might be wondering which issues I'm concerned about. They purposefully choose corpses that are most likely to annoy, upset, confuse, and bewilder those that are, well, being tested. They don't know you, so they are going to choose more than one potential horror. Now, it might not be the horror you expect. It might just simply be, well, I don't know what they're going to do.
Okay.
I've been spending 2 days attempting to persuade them. It has worked. And they have spent 2 further days putting everything into place. If you pass this, they are willing to support and push your name forward to the university. The university, by comparison, is much more of a problem because we don't have the money to bribe them, which means I have to take a different route. I know them all. It just means that I'm probably going to have to go into their service for some time.
What?
I'm probably going to have to go into their service for some time.
So you would no longer be...
Possibly. We shall see how this all turns out.
Right, okay. Okay.
It might not be an issue. It depends how well you do with this.
Right, okay. Okay.
So I have a question for you.
Yes.
And she starts working down through the various bones in the body.
Right.
All of which have got their own special names that you've been learning.
Kev.
Kev.
Barry. Keith.
You're better with bones than you are with real people's names, let's be honest.
Yes.
And not more than an hour later, Gerhardt, wearing a long white robe, finds himself in the center of a hall with steep sides and nets full on every single tier with doctors from the resplendent Guild of Doctors in Altdorf, looking down at someone who is effectively doing the equivalent of their apprentice piece, proving that they are worthy of joining the guild. They can't join the guild until they have a medical doctorate, but they can't go for their medical doctorate as an apprentice until they've proven themselves worthy to go and take that test. There are 2 routes, loosely. One is an apprenticeship through the guild, and the other route is entirely academic. Many of them here have come through the academic route. She is claiming that you have been her apprentice for the last 7 years. Good luck. So, what do you need to do? The first one is easy. To stand in front of everyone and go across the 4 corpses that they've chosen, who are in various states of disease and mutilation. A relatively rotund man, a very slight young girl, a far bigger man, and the last one, a mutant, which causes, at least you think it's a mutant.
How mutant are we talking here?
But is it? Well, let's go for each of our tests first. Initial assessment. Test number 1. Go for it. And this one is lore.
Medicine. Oh,
which your skill is at?
99?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. Andy, it's like it's just one. It's just one.
Oh, 0-1.
It's 0-1.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd like rolled 0-0 or something.
No, it's just the worst success that I could do.
Clearly nerves are getting to him.
Yeah.
Does he have any particular talents for lore medicine or any equivalent? I don't think he does.
No, not at all. No.
So, stutteringly, he assesses the first corpse, and you can see that there is a certain amount of... Yeah, so the first one you're pretty sure was gored.
Okay.
Big man was gored.
Big man gored.
The young girl.
Come on. Nice. 9 successes.
Ah! And he settles into his flow.
Don't say that. I've got 2 more to do.
As he looks at the young girl and realizes that it's almost perfect. You think that they probably misdiagnosed it.
Oh, that's fun.
And you indeed even go down it, as they clearly have laid out, got the swollen tongue and the welts on the face. They clearly think that this particular person has some sort of strawberry fever. It is quite literally purple brain fever, which concerns you because it's in Altdorf.
Yeah.
Which means you're not sure what it means. It's a disease. Anyone could have it, but it's super rare.
To come across it twice, and also an outbreak as well from where we were.
That does suggest something's going down in Altdorf.
Oh no, I'm
going
to do other stuff.
But you're in a position where you can try to look super clever. Do you wish to out it for what it is, or are you just going to stick with what they almost certainly think it is? Strawberry fever.
This is as much as I need these people to like me as doing the test well. I'm going to answer the test with the answer that they expect it to be.
Nice one. Go on to the next one, please.
8 successes.
Oh! Nice! He continues on and marks his way around this corpse. This one has been poisoned. And the telltale signs of it are clear. Pushed down on the guts, and there's too much give. Other parts of the body have rigor, but one part doesn't. You even identify the particular type of lotus that was used. You read about this one, and it was all because of you, May. She made some small remark about this book having a host of poisons in it that she knew relatively well. And you were like, oh, really?
Click, click, click.
Number 4.
Come on, baby, let's do this.
You've not had a fail.
7.
Ooh! The last one is not a mutant. It is clearly designed to try and fool you.
Mm-hmm.
It is stitched together. The stitching is particularly fine, but you mark it out using a small pointer, marking down the stitches, pointing out towards all the surrounded doctors. You mark that the eye has clearly been plucked, and it's a different eye, and you would probably identify that eye as a
sheep.
Do yourself a test, please.
Oh, is this still?
This is lore medicine.
8 successes.
No, it's a pig's eye.
Pig's
They've
eye.
used a pig's eye. Not only that, they've also replaced some of the organs with pig organs, which you open up and you point to. I would also like to have a cool test.
Okay.
Have you got yourself something like...
I haven't got those skills yet.
You do not?
I get those when
I
do this.
Do.
Crick. I'm critical. It's just...
then you will only need to do 1.
So 5
Beautiful set of tests there. Well, you are very skilled.
Fucking hell, this is going all right.
So you started off tentatively, and the nerves were clearly there. And then you pushed it down, and you did the job. You gave a very clean academic breakdown of everything that's wrong with them, including purposefully holding back and getting it wrong. Because you expect that's going to get you the best outcome. Interestingly, you're not wrong.
Mm.
At the end of it, a chap with enormous mutton chops, with hair clearly designed to cover the fact that he's so bald he could make the sun reflect and blind the world. You can tell he's slightly self-conscious because his first thing he does as he gets up is this. Just to make sure it's in place.
Yeah.
As he looks at you and says, well. Dr. Floster says, your apprentice. Now I can see why you've been keeping him away from the rest of us. This, Gerhardt Sigismund. Yes. Nods. Very, very good understanding of, says, the, fever. Might I say that your, introduction with the goring was barely possible. He says, however, what the fuck was that?
It's just their outside bin thing.
Okay. Pardon me out there. Hear a huge noise. I've completely lost my track.
Okay.
Let's go back to Scarlet Fever.
Yeah.
Scarlety Strawberry Fever, you've got very well done, but goring not so well. So let's discuss exactly what you managed to do. First, we had the goring. That was relatively poor, but I'm willing to let that settle down. Looks around. Grumblings. Because the grasp, he says, of the Strawberry Fever was little less than extraordinary. Every single last one of the telltale signs was perfectly diagnosed and very good. And if I do say so myself, the rest of it was very good. What do you think, Doctor? And to the side, a woman gets up. Small pince nez sitting on her nose. She goes, it was possible, I suppose. Says, we all know that Dr. Plaster is somewhat loose with the rules. She should have registered this Gerhardt 7 years ago. But did she? No, she did not. Because she took it upon herself to ignore the guild rules. I should like to make it clear that I disapprove of this. Yes, of course you do. But then you never liked her, have you? No. We won't be done. Excuse me, I will have my time. No, you won't have your time. This is my time. I'm the guild master. I don't care if you're the guild master. I believe I'm in a position where I should be allowed to have my time. So, well, you can believe all you want. I'm the guild master. He says, and that's that. And I have said, we're done here. Hey, it's fine. I say that he gets presented to the university. All those who say aye. Lots of ayes. All those who say nay. Nays. Well, that's it. The eyes of it. No, they don't. Yes, they do. So, he says, well done. You may present yourself to the university for testing. If you pass, he says, then you will be accepted into the Altdorf Guild. Of course, you will have guild fees to pay. He says, and there'll be a host of other things that you have to do to be properly initiated.
Right. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your marvelous display of medical knowledge, says. Let us hope that you do us proud, because if you do not, you will be barred from ever entering the guild.
Where do I go now? Sorry.
Dr. Floster says. She says, Doctors, I would like to make it clear that now he has been accepted, I do believe my apprentice has something else that he wishes to say. Because my apprentice is very well trained. And she looks at you. God damn it, you hope that you're both saying the same thing here.
Just, like for number 2?
She just looks at you.
Right. Yes. So, cadaver number 2. As you suggested, obviously, shows a large amount of the features of strawberry fever, swelling the lips, everything like that. However, that is a misdiagnosis.
Rumble, 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 rumble.
Yes, shocking, I know.
Master sits there, arms folded.
If you would allow me, I'll raise the head a little bit, do something to show off the fact that it's purple brain fever without really knowing about it that much. So this is a disease that I've come across before in Bogenhafen. That is where it was, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yes, good. And even though it does display much like strawberry fever, this is much more virulent. If anything...
One person backs off slightly.
Yes, it's not unnecessarily unwise.
You should be fine. It renders itself inert.
No. I would like them to be scared of
Oh,
this.
okay, good. Just making sure.
Because it spreads considerably faster than anything else. And, well, it also is more potent, to say the least. Basically, I think you should probably all be looking to work quite hard on, well, I know the cure, administering the cure. Give me 1 second. And presumably there's a chalkboard up here. Right, lovely stuff. Across the bottom. That should do it. Yeah. Big G. Rapier. G. So that should do everything and fix it all. Yes.
Dr. Foster says, you've done enough.
Thank you.
This is an example of what I said last time I presented something to the guild. You are blinded by the facts as you think they are presented because you are certain that those who came before us know best. They do not. Those who came before us were much like us, presented by fact, and they attempted to understand it through the lens of their current knowledge. Galen is not at all the perfection that you claim. That elf was a starting point, and we should be taking matters further. Guildmaster, thank you for your approval. It is unlikely you will see me again for some time, at least until you accept that Galen is fallible. This way, apprentice. She walks out. Someone literally throws something after her. Take it back, Guildmaster! No, he can't.
I didn't know I'd be used as a chit in a personal war. It's good.
It is part of the deal I made.
Part of the...
The deal I made to let this actually happen.
I see.
I'm leaving the guild.
Oh. Wow.
Everything comes at a cost. She says, everything comes at a cost.
But that would mean you couldn't practice medicine anymore.
Well, no, not from my current license, but I can get that one from elsewhere. We're going up to Middenheim. I'll present myself to them. I still have my doctorate.
Okay, all right. Okay.
The doctorate alone, however, does not grant one license to practice medicine.
All right.
That went very well, you did. Passively. It's a shame about your start.
I got a bit nervous, tripped over some things.
So I noticed.
Yes.
The rest of it was very good.
It's, to be fair, the chapters that I just read on the way over, so that's why it was fresh in the mind.
Purple brain fever is not a good sign.
No. Part of me was like, I know exactly what this is, but brilliant. And then also, oh shit, I know exactly what this is.
What you did was perfect.
Thank you.
You rubbed their arrogance right into their face, and they deserved it. It was perfect. You did very well.
Thank you, Fluster.
I'm actually quite proud of you.
Oh. Yes. Thank you.
Let us see how well you do at the exam.
Right, yes, I've got to do that as well now, haven't I?
Yes, you have.
Okay.
Might I suggest that you do not take any diversions. Sit down, study. I will take you to, assuming that you are allowed in, I will take you to the university. I am not convinced this is going to go well.
Shit.
Before you get to go and do your doctorate bit, Lucas comes in.
All right.
You've been studying. Your hair's a bit of a mess because you've been running your hand through it again and
To be
again.
fair, right now.
Yeah, quite.
Genuinely.
As is mine. As he comes in and says, I should like to say that I'm rather disappointed in you. He says, I don't say this very often, but I am. You've been allowing Dr. Flaster to do whatever is required to get you to pass. She has slept with the dean.
Oh.
An odious gentleman. Something that she considers as, let us say, a necessary step. I disagree.
Right.
I have been told that I cannot challenge him, and I was of the mind to do so. I don't know who he is. I don't know if I ever want to know who he is now. It's an odious situation. It's awful. It's not your fault. I apologize. I shouldn't be laying upon you.
No, that's what I can see.
I shouldn't. But I feel the need to just shout at someone.
Right. Do you want to? Do you want to?
She's going to be very disappointed with me for telling you.
Well, only if she finds out.
Yeah, she'll find out.
I won't tell her. You don't tell her.
I don't intend to.
Okay. Do you want to get the sticks out? I can get Leopold's sticks if you like. We can have a sparring thing.
Yeah, it would be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I just think it's something that had to be said.
Right. I didn't know. You know that, right?
Yeah, of course I know you didn't know. You would never allow it.
That's very true, actually.
And she didn't want me to tell you because she thought it might put you off your game. And I think the opposite is the case. You've got something to prove.
Well, also, you gave something up because technically you didn't really have a choice. Either way, if I'm completely honest, Lucas, I think if she wanted to do it, she would have done it anyway.
I don't disagree, but that doesn't mean that I am not livid.
Yes, quite right.
But she wouldn't have done it if she didn't need to, and she felt that she needed to.
All right. This might just be me and the way that I operate, but you know, you have your family, right? You know that.
Yes, what on?
That's fine.
Choices have been made. It's very likely I'll never see them again. They're receiving money. What little else can I do? It is what it is. And if anything is certain, it's that there are important events ahead. And I would much rather be in a position where I might be able to influence them for the better. Rather than hiding in a dark corner of Midland, weeping at what is to come.
Right. Fine. Well, look, I won't let it be in vain, if that makes sense.
Well, she tells me it's a sacrifice that doesn't matter, but I think we all know that is just not true. I can't believe she should even do that. Well, I can't, because she doesn't believe it's an important thing, but that in and of itself upsets me more than anything else. It's an entirely selfish thing. I'm the problem here, not her. I'm the problem.
Well,
I'm the problem. There's nothing to do with it. I apologize.
It's all right.
He's gone.
Okay, that was strange for him. Study time.
Whew. Beyond the grim and the perilous, we have eventually a university exam to attend. She takes you there. So I trust he told you then. Her very first words when you're away from the barge.
God. Yes, he did. Really?
She looks at you. Stops.
It's not my place to say anything, if I'm completely honest.
It was my choice.
No, I know.
Who is he to even have an opinion on it?
Okay, I don't want to get caught in the middle of this.
You have been. Because he attempted to use you as a weapon against me.
And this is why I don't want to get caught in the middle of this.
That's a shame, because you're right there. You are the weapon that has been deployed.
Nope, no, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
Let's just go to where are we going?
No. Let's make it clear. Because sometimes he needs advice.
All right, well, I wasn't good at that either, because I'm
it's
not
none
an advisor.
of his business what I choose to do with my life.
Is the message you wished me to feed on? Right.
He won't listen to it from me. See, Lucas only has one friend in the world right now, and it's you.
Oh, God.
Which
All
means
right.
you are the one that's going to have to tell him. Do you understand?
Yes, I suppose I can try.
Good. Well, keep your mind on the business ahead.
Gerhardt's going to take 2 steps back, just behind her, just to fucking stare some evils, just like, you fucking put me through this shit. You don't know what I've sacrificed already for this. All right, let's go.
It is a long day of being trooped around into various places until eventually, after you've been introduced to a dean. Is this the one? Oh, apparently, if this is the dean that they were referencing, Odious does seem fine as a description, particularly given the 3 flies that are flying around him. I see. It is high summer. This is the one, the apprentice. Looks at you. He's young. He's going to fail. That's not my concern nor yours. It's his. Now, you see through your part of your deal, or I swear before the gods I will kill you where you stand. Looks at you. Takes a quill. Yes. Let this be the last of this business, Annie. Passes over. Excellent. The pleasure was all yours. And she walks out. Yes? You have something you want to say?
Nope. Nope. Nothing to say.
No? Nothing?
Nope.
Good.
All good.
Right, along the corridors. You've been here before. I've done all the necessary... She stops. No, I haven't.
What
I
do you
need to transfer all your credits from your other course. Oh, you've not been... You don't know where to go. You don't know the faculty at all, do you?
Not particularly, no.
No, I don't trust anyone to take you there. I'll take you there first, and then I'll go up and I'll get this transferred. It won't be difficult.
Okay.
That won't be difficult at all. I have the authority to do it myself. Right, I'll take you there first. And you end up joining a long queue of black-clad scholars, most of whom are in their 40s and 50s. And there's you. And there's you.
Do I have black?
No.
Nope. Okay, just all the stuff I've been travelling in.
Yep. You stand out a lot.
Okay, just pull my hat down a little bit like this.
It's a 1 hour queue before eventually you go in and you're taken into a long hall surrounded with books on all sides, skeletons of different species in glass cabinets all the way down the edges. On the 2 walls up to the books, there are just medical example after medical example, all in glass jars and equivalents, ranging from brains to bits of heart to pretty much all parts of their body, some of which are pickled, some of which are showing medical procedures that have been done upon them. Basically, it's a giant surgeon's hall equivalent. Mm-hmm. And it is pretty freaking disgusting on all sides, but also kind of fascinating because it is all very medical.
Yeah.
Most of the fellows here have seen this before. They care nothing. They go to wherever their allotted space is. A large desk, a quill, and the parchments laid out. And your exam! Okay, first,
let's roll things.
We are going to do it with just 5 tests to see how well you do.
Just 5?
Just 5. The first test you can only do if you have the skill, Lore Medicine.
I do have Law Medicine.
Okay, you can do a test, please.
Okay, here we go. Come on, baby. Oh, shit.
How well have we done?
It's only 1 success.
1 success. Okay, that is the first.
Oh, I really could have done that, but I can't do anything to do with that, can I?
You can spend a fortune point to increase it by 1, but that's pretty much it.
I'll do that.
Okay, that takes it to 2.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This is a hard test, difficulty 2. So basically take 2 successes off.
Law medicine again.
Law medicine again.
Come on, you bastard. Yes. Okay. So 71. So 5 successes.
5 successes. Nice. Okay, that's the next part done.
Oh, and I'll boost it.
Oh,
let's go
nice.
6. I might as
You
well.
might want to keep fortune
I've got
rerolls,
some
but
in
you
the
don't have
back
very
end.
high.
Yeah.
Next one, you need to have at least 10 points of lore medicine to even attempt it. Do you have at least 10 points of lore
I
medicine?
do. I'm good.
Do the next one, please. Difficulty this one is only 1. It just requires you to have some skill in it.
6 successes.
So 6, so that's 5 then. Okay, we're doing well. And the last one is only taken on your advances in lore medicine. Obscure, final question stuff. So how many advances do you have in lore medicine?
14.
14. You've got a 14% chance of passing this.
Oh my. So I have to roll underneath it? Oh, come on. Oh, God. That's a 14!
You did not!
Fucking That's incredible! I need to people can't see that. You need to see that. Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that. Fuck me.
Okay, so we still have 1 hour left in the test, which means you've got 2 rolls, which you can redo if you wish, to try and score more successes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, as you basically go and check your work.
Okay, well, let's reroll the first one.
First one, go for the first one then.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
I've clapped too hard again and hurt my hands. Okay, so that's 3 successes.
3.
So that's just an extra 1.
So you've got 1 more test. You can do it again if you wish.
Yeah,
Try
let's
and score
do
more on
that.
that
Let's
one.
do that one again. The rest of them are sort of okay. So that's 5 successes.
So that's gone up to 5. Perfect.
I'm going to spend the final fortune point to
take
boost that
that
up
to
to 6.
So that's okay. So that's worth. Let's see how well you've done. Oh, no, we don't, because all your scores get sent off to be marked.
Yeah.
But it takes over a month
Gotta wait.
before they finally do it. There's a lot of marking to be done. But you feel you've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There was no question that wasn't answered. You've gone through the whole thing.
14%.
Yeah, you're pretty convinced that you laid out very strong examples of diagnoses throughout. You're pretty convinced that you've done a good job. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. You come out the hall. Blaster's already there. She's currently knitting. And over she looks up. Ah, you finished. How did you do?
George, I think I've had more stressful fights than that. I think well, though.
Good.
And you know when everything that I answered and I knew it. It's just the level of which the answer went to. Does that make sense? I didn't know you knitted.
I'm making little booties for Sigismund.
Oh, it's quite charming, actually.
I hope so. His feet are outgrowing the ones that he currently has.
Huh.
It's going swiftly.
Good. Okay.
You shouldn't be so afraid of a child. You're going to be treating a lot of them.
Yes, very true. Very true.
Get used to it. Get stuck in. That's your sister.
I'm just.
And that is your nephew.
Yes.
I am not often in a position where I can offer advice, but I am in one right now. I did not consider it my business, but I consider it my business now because I think you've passed. I believe that you have passed. You would have come out with a very different case if you hadn't have done. That being the case, if this has all gone according to plan, you're going to be a doctor, which means you're equal right to myself as far as I'm concerned, which means I'm now willing to give you advice. And that advice is, pull yourself together, Gerhardt. This is your family. This is your family. You only have one. And you might not like them. I lost my brother. Recently. And that was a wound that stings. But I have gone back, my time that I was here, to see his wife. And to see his children.
Oh.
I despise them. I absolutely hate them, but they're my family. So I sat down with them. And I had a very good tea. And I think it was to my benefit. And I realized that I was holding a great deal of resentment towards them that was not at all acceptable. Because it wasn't their fault that my brother was dead. That being the case, tea was had. I recommend you sit down for your equivalent. Whatever it takes, because the road that you're about to take is possibly short. And you don't want to die.
No.
My lord, you don't want to die and have unfinished business. Because the parts that they don't teach you here is the real danger. Now they worry about their corpses. But it's what comes after that they should really be worrying about. That's the part they don't teach you how to deal with. The corpse that stirs. And you carry many young, foolish concerns that are understandable because you're a young man. But you're being forced into a position where you are required to have a maturity far beyond your years. Unfortunately, that is simply the case of the world. You need to, which means putting certain things behind you. Today, I believe you've become a doctor. At the grand age of 21, I am beyond proud of you. You have done extraordinarily well in a very short period of time. You have learned much. I dare to say that your recall of medical matters far excels mine. I know more, but I often have to refer to my books to make sure that what I think is correct is correct. You don't. You recall it. You're quite extraordinary. Don't let this fall. Continue your studies. The more you learn, the less you will require what I need to just match you. You have extraordinarily good instincts, which are balanced out with a lot of young man's concerns and issues. Put them behind you. You're a doctor now. People are going to turn to you with a level of respect that you've never encountered before. You have had something that was not earned. It was given to you. This you have earned. You have earned this respect. And you have done it in a time that makes the rest of these idiots, these doctors, to be. You have done it in a way that puts them to shame. Do not belittle yourself concerning this. You are, bluntly, the best of these. Doesn't matter what the scores are. The very fact that you're going to pass in this extraordinarily short period of time shows it. What you did before the surgeon's hall. Extraordinary. So, assuming you've passed, well done. And if you haven't, well, that speech was perhaps misplaced.
Yes, thank you. Gosh, it's been... Considering we've stayed stationary, I do feel like I've sort of gone on more of a journey the last 2 weeks than anything else. Do you want to... We're now... Well,
They're preparing to leave.
All right, well, whilst they're preparing, do you want to get a quick drink in a pub? Bit of a celebration?
Good. She says, let's do that, Doctor.
Yes. Oh, Doctor. Very exciting.
I'm a doctor. I think I'm a doctor. I haven't got it yet. You go for a drink. You have a marvellous time. The barge is set to leave the next day. Start its journey all the way up to Del Burrs and then Middenheim. The next day, you leave at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's already confirmed. You passed. 2-1.
Oh, right.
She says, almost a first.
How did you find out? I do. Oh, sure. Thank you.
She says, you are a doctor. I have told them to send the requisite manuscripts, papers, and of course, your medical doctorate to the Bell and Bucket Inn in Middenheim. She says, I've been there once, so I knew it. I didn't want them to send it to the Collegium Theologico because they are notoriously jealous of the University of Altdorf, and they are likely to lose anything that is sent to them. So I've sent it to an inn that I know. That should do. Congratulations, Doctor.
Thank you.
She says, you have done me proud.
Good.
And with that, we draw that slightly stressful bit. It really well done rolls evening to an end. And our next Tales of Altdorf City, which will be part 3. I won't say whom, you'll find out when we start it. Bye-bye!